Oh, you know what? I think I decided after this series, I'm going to take the White Sox to win the AL. How do you feel about that? You frozen? Oh, I forgot. You think I'm mushing the White Sox.
The news. I'm in a cup chair chat.
It's like I don't think we.
I bet the under and faded Messi with Krabs. This is fucked.
What makes a finger blast a reversed finger blast?
How about I just show you? I went like this on my comforter. I was like pointing down.
I'm going to gift you a sub right now. It's $5.99. I'm going to pay it. I did it from the Book It Twitch. So Book It just paid for it. Are you standing or sitting? You want me to comment on? I'll comment on fucking everything. I'll comment on the glare and the TV in the background.
I fucking hate hardos, dude. I hate hardos. All the fucking people in your comments about the lattes, and they're so fucking cool because they drink black coffee and fucking IPAs. Oh my God, I hate hardos, dude.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, chat. How we doing? It looks like Back to Malik is hogging the comment section right now with a couple of, what do we call these? Emotes. They're not emojis. They're emotes, I believe. Bookachu, good morning. D. Mahoney Potato. Hump Day, that's right. I really haven't called it Hump Day in quite some time. Not that I'm against Hump Day. I mean, it makes sense. You're getting over the hump, and then we get to Thursday, then we get to Friday. I've never really been a big Hump Day guy. For whatever reason, again, I don't really know. There's something on here that says moon prediction ended 19 hours ago. I don't really know what that is. Sade Whiteman gave out 5 subs. I've seen that name a few times. Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? Krabs Bets has been resubscribed 50 months. They've been subbed for 57 months. He said, my guy Gabs. I was unsure if Krabs was subscribed to any other Twitch channels out there. And then there's also a guy named All American Unk, which is a great name there on the Book It Sports Twitch channel. Jamie Easy, what's up? Rock D, good morning. Danny, good morning. Matthew Frosty, good morning. Jeep says, Bink, what's up? Living the dream on this hump day, Jeff. I fucking bet you are, Jamie Lowe. Have you seen the camels? I don't even know what that means. I'm about to fire up a sausage egg breakfast sandwich on brioche on that ass. Oh my God, that sounds fucking fantastic. Steak with Rav. I don't really know what that means. Steak with Rav. What are you talking about there? Steak is not with Rav. Although, where is Rav? Where is Rav? Ron Mux, good to see you. 2-5, but nothing matters other than the Cal Quantrell Masterclass Pip Talk Sports. You understand absolutely how that goes. Also, don't forget, I almost thought about doing a double up there on the Masterclass glazing. I believe Foster Griffin. Ever heard of him? Foster Griffin on that ass. I need a tea graphic because I need to go make a cup of tea real quick. My tea is my hot water is done boiling. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get this tea. I'll be right back. All right. The turmeric ginger microplastics pouch is in its proper domain. Also, it is unfortunate. Did anybody watch that plastics thing? Here we go. Got a nice little cup of tea there. Main Street Bistro in downtown New Paltz is a fantastic diner, by the way, if you ever venture upstate. What a shit wager that was. Pip, our Tigers Pirates over at 0 pulse the entire, yep. Rav was on a PJ trying to beat Wade Boggs' 77 beer challenge. That's right. Lunch beer looked great yesterday. Green Guy 7-3. It was great. I can't even really explain what I had to do yesterday for work. It was kind of hilarious. It was like, I can't even get into it. But anyways, after we were done doing what we had to do, again, my apologies for cutting the stream short. Back-to-back days. I'll make it up to you today with a 2-hour yap session. We do have Zach Rieger. I believe I pronounced his last name correctly, but been a fan of this guy. Been following him for a couple months now, maybe. Came on my radar with some good and eloquent home run bets. I thought he's done a good job. He seems like a good dude, so we're going to get him on, shoot the shit, see what he likes today. I think he's already tweeted out his guys that he likes. But for the first hour of the show, he'll be coming on around 11. For the first hour of the show, we're going to keep it pretty loose, and we're going to talk. Wow, this, I don't know what's going on, but this is like suffocating my head. I probably have it down too hard. We're going to keep it loose, and we're going to talk some futures. Okay, I want to talk some baseball futures. I have some thoughts, and maybe even talk some NFL futures, because I have some buttons that I'm going to start pressing, and I'm going to start tweeting them out because it's August 19th. We do have football right around the corner. I think Bud Elliott's been doing a really good job, by the way. If you guys follow Bud Elliott from the Cover 3 podcast, on our intro towards the end, Steak says he hates hardos, and I do align with some things on the hardo side, but also there's things where I don't. And I think being a football hardo is one of those ones where I don't really agree with. I think that is very important to still have a life, to still get outside. If you want to be glued to the TV every single day for every single game, that is your prerogative, and that is great. I did that a lot in my 20s, not so much in my late 30s, especially when you're in a relationship. You got to have balance. You got to be fair. But there aren't that many great games out of the gate. There's a couple. But are you really going to be the hardo who's like, no, babe, we're not going to the fucking beach because I got to watch Baylor Auburn? Listen, if that's what you want to do, you can do that. I'm not shitting on you. I'm not shaming you. But I will if you shame people like me. We're like, you know what? Hey, I can miss week 0. I can even miss week 1. My wife and I are trying to plan a trip for Labor Day. We're always last-minute travelers, always. But it's very, very difficult. It's very difficult this year. We were trying to go to Italy. I've been looking at flights for Italy on and off for the past week, different routes, different airports we can get to. Let me tell you right now, it is very, very difficult. I think there's a couple things happening in life and in the world. I've never been one of those guys who's like, like super into traveling when I was younger. I definitely was kind of influenced by other people and my wife. She really had that like traveling spirit. And then, you do it, you have some fun and you're like, all right, this is cool. Let's keep doing this. but I don't feel like obligated just to go somewhere every single time there's a holiday. But I like to stretch my legs. I like to get out. So my wife really wants to go somewhere for Labor Day. She works her ass off. She has Friday off. I think Monday off or something like that. Maybe it's Monday off. But we were going to go to Europe. We were going to try to sneak in a Europe trip. And I believe if you remember this 2 years ago, I was actually in the south of France. What did I miss? Did I miss USC, LSU? Probably. And we went to France for like 9 days. Had a great time. I love France. I know Steak said it's weird. A lot of people he knows don't like Paris. I think that's a crazy take. But we were trying to go to Italy. Have not been to Italy in about 10 years. And then what we were going to do is on our way back, stop in Ireland. So we were going to go to Italy for about 4 or 5 days, then go to Ireland for about 4 or 5 days. And I was probably, the way it was going to time up, I was probably going to miss week 1 of the NFL too, or come back on that Sunday, be on a planer that Sunday. And I already know what's going to happen. The hardos are going to come out of the woodwork. Oh my God, Jeff! I don't care. I don't care. Okay, I want to make it clear. Emphasize: you should have a life. You should get outside. You should have some fun. You should have some hobbies. You know what I mean? That's the thing about the south of France. It's just not the SEC. SB or Sam H 8607. This is one of the most underrated comments maybe of all time. I hope you, sir, take a fucking pat on the back and let your group chat know that Jeff Sunday just gave you a stamp of not only approval, but I gave you, what do they do with the what is it, the Buckeye? Ohio State with the Buckeyes on the helmets. You just got a Buckeye in your helmet. That was so good. That's the thing about South of France. It's just not the SEC. God, that's good. People are doing more vacays more than ever. The grinders are becoming extinct. You're absolutely correct, dude. Sneak in a Europe trip. Ha! Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, sneak in a Europe trip basically means like it comes last minute. So it's like I snuck this up on you. Haven't really been talking about that. I'm a full-on hardo. I basically cannot miss football game. My girlfriend gets 1 or 2 Saturdays per season, Sunday off limits. Listen, like I said, if that is your thing, that is fine. I'm not going to make fun of you. I'm not going to shit on you. We are different people. But like oftentimes in this stream and in this show, if I am going to get accused of something, then I'm going to go to war. And we're going to battle, and then I will shit on you. So it's like, listen, what's that thing? It's like, it's not really like in religion, but it's just, don't try to, push your hardo football agenda on me. But again, it also matters what stage you are in life. If you're in your 20s and you have no responsibility, you have no relationship, you don't have a dog, like, yeah, you can have friends, but whatever. Every fucking Saturday and Sunday, you sit in front of the football with Steak. And watch every single game. I understand how it goes. Jeff, can we get a statement on the football is my best sports tweets incoming? I kind of think that that's maybe a played out joke. I don't really think that happens anymore. I think we've shamed everybody from doing that personally. Degen, just make sure you keep your Wednesdays clear for NFL. Okay, can we talk about this for a second? Don't get me wrong, quantitative. It does rock. It does rock. But like, go to the beach rocks. I'm not the biggest beach guy, but I'm just saying, like, getting out there, having a day, going to a beach bar, eating some crab legs. Maybe they're Maryland, maybe they're not. You know what I'm saying? Having an orange crush, having a margarita. If it's a nice day, it's okay. It's okay if you miss Baylor Auburn. It's going to be okay. But also, I agree. If you're not doing anything, that's a fun game. It is absolutely a banger. Well, I don't really have anything worse top of mind, DC. What's the other? Like, that to me is the most relevant game for week 1. So that's why I went that way. Malia, say hi, please. What's up, Loki? Hi, Carly. Sac State versus Eastern Michigan is a good first quarter watch. Yeah. Okay. Go to Italy on a cruise. Not a cruise guy. Not a cruise guy. No, like, I like the beach. But I prefer a pool. I prefer a pool at a luxury hotel. I do. A pool at a luxury hotel. Service. You don't get sand in between your feet. That's one of my things. I don't like it. I like going to the beach. I like jumping in the water. I like sitting out on the beach. I like hearing the waves. Absolutely. But I'm not like I'm not a beach bum. You know what I mean? Jeff, I got tickets to Indy, Wisconsin, and Lambeau. Go Irish. Hey, I'm Matt. I fucking love that, by the way. Jeff is a poop cruise survivor. No, I'm not. But I am not really a big cruise guy anymore. You have March, September to do all that fun stuff. Football season is king. Listen, again, That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. That is totally fine. You're absolutely right. The summer is to travel, but I will say this. I'm 26, just got engaged in April. Told my fiance we do whatever she wants March and August. September, December is football all day, all the time. She's agreed to those terms. Fair enough. Do your thing. But I will say this. Here is what I'm realizing. So this year, where did I go? I didn't really take that many big vacations. Steak and I had a couple of content trips. Obviously, went to Dayton, glamorous. That was fun. We went to Nashville. First time in Nashville. Just went to Charleston, and then we went to Napa. Went to Napa, Yosemite. It was a good time. Where did we go? No, I didn't really go. I won't count that as going to DC. Baltimore. Went to Baltimore, Charm City. Don't forget, that's what they call it, Charm City. But I would like to hop over the Atlantic if and when I can. But I got to tell you, I cannot believe this. Every year, I notice this. Every year, traveling becomes more and more popular, and going to do things. It's stuff is booked quicker, and everything is more expensive. And I'm telling you, as somebody who, again, this is not like a humble brag by any means, because everybody was making money. I think for the most part, if you were trading options in crypto after COVID, when COVID hit, everything was going up. And that's what I did for like a year. And everybody else, I lost a lot of money. Of course, I lost a fuck ton of money, but I made money. And that was, I would say, at like 35. At that point in my life, it was the most money I'd ever had in my entire life. And that's when I was like, all right, we're fucking doing the Four Seasons. We're doing the luxury hotels. We're flying first class. We're doing all these nice things. I'm telling you, brother, there were places. My wife and I had all these places in 2021, 2022, even a little in 2023, where we would just go. We would stay at a week at some of these places. I almost stayed at the one hotel during COVID. I almost signed a fucking agreement for like $20,000. I'm not joking you. 20 grand to stay at the one hotel in Miami for a month in February. Almost did it. I'm very glad I didn't, because I very much need that 20 grand right now. But I will tell you this. If I go to any of these hotels, or try to go to any of these hotels that are around the city on a whim, forget about it. Forget about it. Everything is fucking booked. Every weekend throughout the entire summer is booked. Friday, Saturday, Sunday's open. Thursday's booked. All the way, some of them all the way up until November. I'm not kidding. It is absolutely insane. So again, we are last minute travelers. You can't do that anymore. It's crazy. We're not really big planners. I will tell you right now, I don't want to miss week 1 in the NFL, but my wife works her ass off. If she wants to go to Europe for 10 days over Labor Day and not come back till September 14th, I'm doing it. And you guys can judge me. That's fine. That's all. I don't give a shit. We don't have anything booked, but we're looking. I'd like to go. I got flights written down. I got hotels written down. Italy might be out of the question. It really might. Italy is insane. You want to know what Italy is? Listen, 39 years old. I'm not flying main cabin for an 8.5 hour flight. I'm not. I'm just not. And I've done that. I flew a flight, an airline, my first time going to Paris. I think it was in 2015, maybe 15 or 16. We didn't have any money, but we went to Europe for a couple weeks. We were on a budget. We lived out of a suitcase, one carry-on, no check-in, by the way. Stayed at, shitty, cheap hotels. No big deal. I went on an airline called XL Airways. It was so goddamn cheap. No TVs. They had one fucking flip down TV. I was in the back of the plane. I just can't do that anymore. I can't. So I am a premium select or first class guy. I am. That's me. That's where I'd put my money. Some people want to pay $5,000 for a fucking comic book Otani card. Go ahead. I'll pay $5,000 to fly first class. But here's where I'm at. You know what Delta One is to go to Italy right now? Somebody guess. On September 4th or 5th to go to Rome. What do you think it is to fly Delta One? One way. No one knows. Higher. Higher. Don't be soft, Jeff. Flying for 8 hours easy work. It's not. I'm soft. No, it's $14,000. $14,400. One way. I just flew Delta One to San Francisco and back. Yeah, it was a Boeing 767-300. You guys don't know what that is. That's fine. It was an old fucking plane. Didn't care. I like Delta One because you also get access to the Delta One lounge. I like that. You don't need to like that. If you're 26 years old, what I'm saying to you right now should sound like another fucking language. Okay? I like that it's at this stage of my life. But I'll tell you what. I'll settle for this. And no, this is on an Airbus A330-300, which I did fly Delta One once. Oh, when we went to Paris. A little bit of an older plane. A little bit of an older plane. That's fine. I'd like the more updated ones, but it's fine. I prefer Airbus over. But listen, Premium Select. Premium Select. You don't get to lay flat. You just get to recline. Premium Select. You do get unlimited drinks, which I need. Okay? My flight back from Paris, I had 6 vodka Sprites, and the flight attendant almost cut me off. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not kidding. I think I was reading my college football futures. I was watching YouTube videos of, who was I watching? Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. I need a drink, and I need the Premium Select. $2,600 one way, $3,200 back. Do I really want to spend 58 units to and from? Not really. But again, my wife works her ass off. She didn't get to go to the first 4. She didn't get to go to UConn Duke. She didn't get to go to the Orioles game. You know what I'm saying? She didn't get to go to Dallas for the Super Bowl party. So if she wants to do it, she does it. And that's that. And the football hardos can come chop my ass. I don't give a fuck, Smokey. Raiders win total. It's a free trip. Dude, hilarious. Vacation recap. Minus 58 units, right, read, wrong result. Vegas sitting a lot of traps. Be on the lookout for them. DC. Very funny comment, by the way. Studio, I knew you'd love that one. Great movie, by the way. I was raised on Ace Ventura, Billy Madison, and Friday. I really was. Look at you, Bookachu. Love that shit. By the way, I saw somebody saying, what's up, Steak? Is Steak in here? I haven't seen him. If Steak is in here, good morning, Steak. It is a good reminder that doing the solo is absolutely impossible, even though Steak drives me fucking insane sometimes. Every flown on it. No, I really want to. Our friends went to, thank goodness I talked to our friends, but let me tell you what I have lined up. Oh, this is actually good. This is what I want to talk to you guys about. So look, my wife is really cool. All right. She wants to travel. She budgets. She makes a lot of sacrifices. She wants to travel. At the end of the day, I'm not going to be like, hey, we can't go to fucking Italy and Ireland because I want to see week 1. I'm not going to do that. Sorry. I got fucking 17 other weeks to be an absolute sicko. I'm a fair and balanced, and I try to be, not always, I try to be an unselfish person, right? And I don't care what you guys think of it. I don't care. I know a lot of people care about their perception. I don't give a fuck. The only thing I care about is all the people accuse me of rage baiting. That drives me absolutely insane. But here is what I'll say. Adam's got picks. Good morning. Sounds like my wife. Every day is a new travel question. Yep. Here's where I'm at. I did tell my wife, listen, we're trying to do this on a whim. We always do this on a whim. It's more expensive than ever. Traveling every year gets more and more popular. There's only a limited amount of seats on a plane. There's only a limited amount of rooms at a hotel. We might have missed the boat. Like, will we do something for Labor Day? Sure. What does that entail? I don't know. I'm going to look at Ireland. I really do want to go to Ireland. I'm going to look again at France because not Paris, but a different region of France. There's a really nice hotel that we want to stay at. Again, we're hotel people. We don't have kids. So you might ask yourself, what do you do if you don't have kids and you're in your late 30s? You go to nice hotels. You go to nice dinners, you go to nice hotels. That's how you get your fix. That's how you enjoy life. You know, am I going to try to have kids soon? Will I have them? I don't know. I might be too old. But I like to get that out of my system as much as possible. If that doesn't work, here is what I'm going to propose. Curious to hear what you guys think about this. I'm going to propose that we go to Europe for an NFL game. There's 2 in London. There's 1 in Madrid. And there's 1 in Paris. What I was going to say is there's 2 in October. I think there's 1 October 18th. I think it's the Jags and Eagles in London, in Wembley. I was going to say, let's go there. She loves London. I like London too, don't get me wrong. I think I like Paris a little bit more than London, but I love England. So we go to, Switzerland looks great. Steak went to Switzerland. Switzerland looks awesome. Jeff wants 1,000 thread count luxury hotels to sleep in. Yeah. I sure fucking do. But I'm going to say, hey, we missed the boat on Labor Day going to Europe. It's just too expensive. It's too difficult. It's too last minute. We've gotten away with it for years, right? So I'm going to propose that we go to Europe for an NFL game. What do you guys think about that idea? Jeff avoids the hotels that Gav works in. Very funny. Saints Steelers in Paris might bang. It might. What do you guys think about that? Oh, yeah, Rio de Janeiro. We've never really talked about going to South America. And she's Colombian. Paris rat meat? Nah, it's a bad take. I think Paris is great. Cowboys Ravens? I'd prefer to go to the Madrid one. DJ Law, I'm kind of with you, dude. I've never been to Madrid. I want to go to Madrid. Not really. No, she doesn't really enjoy NFL games. But she also hasn't been to one in a really long time. You know, dude, you know what's so funny? Madrid Stadium is the best one. All right, this is great. Yeah, I like Spain. I've only been to Barcelona. I do. I love France, though. Why would you travel overseas to see something you could drive an hour to see? Well, it's not necessarily about seeing the actual product. It's more about like, hey, you know, again, she understands that like this is becoming, you know, now that we're getting paid to do this, it's not a full-time job, but it is kind of becoming that. So there are responsibilities and commitments that you have to make, you know? So like, you can't go, I can't just go travel and miss half a football season, obviously. Got to stream, got to watch it, got to talk about it, got to have opinions, got to make wagers. You know what I mean? She gets that. But what if, instead of missing any type of sports, we use that as an excuse for the travel? You know what I mean? Madrid is kind of a sleepy place. Really? I've never been to Madrid. I do want to go. Been doing this kind of birthday week celebration in a place like Switzerland. Good idea to know. You can come if you like. Very funny. I'm not coming. But that's a steak friend joke. A week birthday celebration in Europe. Hey, I just want to be clear. I have nothing against the guys trip to Scotland. It sounds fucking awesome. Nothing against it at all. All right. So anyways, that's pretty good feedback that you guys gave me. You think, I kind of agree. Madrid is, I think Madrid is actually in November, which is kind of around our anniversary. Hey, babe, you ready to go to a football game in Madrid for our anniversary? She's going to love that. But anyways, just something I'm thinking about. But I've realized this, and this is the last thing we're going to yap about. I will say, now that I am also trying to work around the sports schedule, I mean the sports season, I will tell you what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to bite the bullet. I have been dying to go to Japan. Japan has been number one on my list for years. Never done it. I like flying. I don't love flying. I don't love long distance flights. I'm kind of dreading that flight. But this is what I told my wife. I was like, listen, if we're going to have kids, it's our last opportunity. I think after Super Bowl, 2 weeks in Japan. AGP, yep. We talked about this. Mahoney Potato says, yep. You have a plan for 2028? Yep. Wear a Shohei jersey, please do. Favorite anime, go. Hilarious. For that flight, I'm going to chief like 3 blunts. Yep. Jeff Sunday International Public Restroom review would do great. Yep. Hey, Cone is a must with a wife. It's true serenity. All right. Baby moon. That's right. They call it that. That's hilarious. Looking lean. You think so? Thank you. Shoot 'em up. I am trying to eat a little bit healthier. I've been cooking all my meals at home. I had so we got this pack of chicken. I cooked this chicken last night. You know what I did? So we did make, my wife was craving pasta on Sunday. So we made this pasta and we had bolognese. We made it. It was all good. 3/4 pound ground beef from the butcher shop, 1/4 pound ground pork. Let it stew. We did get jarred sauce. That's fine. You can judge me. I don't care. It was very good. We got it from this, from the butcher shop. The only ingredient in this sauce, tomatoes. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Honestly, even the nutrients and everything like that, the label in another language, you know, that it was so goddamn good. Ingredients: xanthan gum, nope. Fucking natural flavors, nope. And that bullshit, you know what I mean? Tomatoes. It was delicious. So I had some leftover pasta. 2 nights ago, I told you, the chicken with the soy sauce and the butter, rice, basmati rice, carrots, peppers, mushrooms. We talked about this. Well, I had leftover pasta. So you know what I did? I had a big fat fucking chicken breast. I filleted that bitch. Okay? 3 thinner chicken breasts. Okay? You following me? Then I dredge them. You know what dredging is? I love that word, by the way, dredge. You put it in the egg, okay? Put it in the egg, put it in some flour. Then, get this, gonna blow your fucking mind. Hit it with a double dredge. You know what that is? You dredge it, and then you do it again. Back in the egg, back in the flour. Double dredge. Put it in the pan, olive oil. It's thinner, so it's going to cook faster. One side, flip it to the other side. As it goes to the other side, toss in some butter, squeeze a lemon. If you don't have a lemon squeezer, I don't even know what you're fucking doing, honestly. Cut that lemon in half. You put it in face down. You clamp it. That's when the pan starts to steam up. You know what I mean? You throw some, cut that fucking garlic up like Tony Soprano in jail. Put that shit in there. Let it stew. Oh, molto bene, my man. It was so good. Oh, I didn't even tell you the best part. And then I took the leftover pasta and put the pasta in the pan. Put the fucking pasta in the pan. Let the pasta heat up with the butter, with the chicken, the double dredged chicken. And then this is what you do. You finish it off with some capers. Oh, goddamn. All this just straight off the dome. No recipe, no nothing. Now listen, this isn't the most complex recipe. You know what I'm saying? It's not fucking rocket science. But it was just off the dome. It was so good. It was so good. My wife came home. She was starving. She didn't eat lunch. I had it ready. Loved it. Panty dropper. There you go. You're welcome. Cheers. You want to surprise your wife? Come home? That's what you should do. Although you don't need leftover pasta. You could just make it fresh. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we'll fire up a cooking stream again. We will. I might have some time tomorrow. I am going out of town this weekend. We're going upstate. My wife's friends once a year do these things. We rent a house upstate or we rent like a hotel upstate. It's very fun. It's a very good time. In the past, years ago, I used to get obliterated at these things. Not that I really make an ass of myself. This is what I've done. This is what I've been guilty of. I don't make an ass of myself when I get really drunk, but I do get I guess I get a little selfish and I kind of just do whatever I want to do and I get tired, you know? So we go to the pool at 11 a.m. I'm drinking fucking vodka Sprites. Now I'm in my rum and Coke phase. IPAs, whatever. Literally anything under the moon. Cigarettes. And then I get tired at 7 o'clock, you know? And it's like, hey, I'm going to bed. While everybody's sitting around the fucking campfire doing mushrooms, playing guitars, singing songs, laughing it up, I'm going to bed. Got to try to get out of that phase a little bit. I can't get obliterated like I used to. You know what I mean? You were just like me. You probably start talking too much, then burn out and want to go home. Yeah, pretty much. Will that recipe get me hozunk? Maybe. You want to know if you want to hear a funny story? So a long time ago, I think I've told you this story. Long time ago, when I started working at the bar, when I realized that I was done with college, and I was just working. Started working. I was working at the bar, and I had extra time. I was working at the bar at night. So I was like, well, I need something to do during the day, you know? No idea what I was going to do in life. My stepmom worked at a salon. So she was like, hey, we need a guy or someone, you know, to go around and fucking brush hair. Not brush hair. Sweep up the hair. Refill the fucking coffee machines. It's like a nice salon. It's a nice salon. Full of massage rooms, pedicures, manicures, whatever. Hold on, but this is right. Okay, I have told this story. So there's nothing that cool. I mean, a lot of people think you're gay if you do this, but I'm a straight guy. So like, obviously what I'm doing there is like, well, some hot chicks that work at this salon, you know, maybe I'll bag a few. Sure. Respectfully, of course. So there was a girl that I started dating. Never got too serious, but started dating. So she loved to smoke pot, by the way. We were big pot smokers. We would get stoned, watch movies, eat ice cream, go to sleep. Seriously, it was great. And one night she was coming over and I was like, hey, how about this? I'm going to cook you dinner. That's what I told her. I'm going to cook her dinner. And I had no idea what I was doing. No idea what I was doing. You want to know what I did? You're never going to believe this. Maybe this isn't as funny as I think it is, but looking back, it was hilarious. I legitimately had no idea how to cook. None. I was probably 21 years old. 21. Yeah, probably 21 years old. No idea how to cook. I went to the frozen section of the grocery store and I bought a pre-made frozen TGIF dinner. I got home, I put olive oil in the pan, and I just heated that bitch up. That is all I did. And I'm not kidding. She came over. I made 2 plates. She sat down and she looked at it and she said, "I'm good, thanks." And she didn't want to eat it. Not kidding. Not kidding. So all I'm saying is this. First impression. I mean, it's not a first impression, but it's like, to answer DC Bet's question, maybe you don't need to double dredge chicken and make piccata, franchise, whatever you want to call it. Maybe you don't need to do that. But you certainly can't throw TGIF frozen dinners into a pot or pan and expect to get hosed. You understand what I'm saying? So that's kind of my long-winded answer to your question of, is that going to get me hosed? I don't know if it is, but I will tell you what doesn't get you hosed. That won't get you hosed. So don't do that. You can learn from my mistakes. I made a lot of them in life. Austin Peep with a 340 stream streak. Book a Chew with 5 stream streak. Big Bubs with a 5 stream streak. Anyway. Yeah, she was not happy about that. And yeah, we stopped dating. We did. She was probably like, listen, I like this guy. I like hanging out with this guy. He's fun, but like, I could do better for myself. No harm, no foul. You know what I mean? No harm, no foul. So anyways, yeah, frozen TGIF dinner. No shit. Don't blame her respectfully, of course. No, not at all. I thought there was something else I was going to talk to you guys about today, but I can't really remember. Is there anything else we should talk about? Was that the last date? Yeah, I think it was. I think she maybe came over one more time, and then that was it. And then she started dating another guy shortly after me. You know what I always thought was funny? When like girls, I always felt like you realize something when you're, I don't really know. Is this still a thing? Chicks immediately go after tall guys. If you're short, you're at a huge disadvantage. Huge. Huge. That's still a thing, right? I don't know. I'm so out of the dating scene. I've been with my wife for fucking 16 years. Dude, it is such... That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's it. That's it. If you are a short guy, straight, I'm assuming, you're at a huge disadvantage. If you're 5'9" or shorter. You really are. You got to have something. You really do. You need to. Girls love going from relationship to relationship. Oh, they sure do. But you need to have something. And you know what I think it is? You know how girls like assholes? You know, they like what they can't have. They kind of like that. So weird. Can't really explain it. I'm not like that. I'm a nice guy. But I had a pretty good personality, so that was my strength. That's what was going for me. But I got to tell you, there were plenty of times, especially in a place like Orlando, where, no offense, but the girls are dumb as fuck. The girls in Orlando, very good looking, dumb as fuck. I didn't fucking thrive in a place like Orlando. You think a girl in Orlando, a hot chick, big tits, fit, cares to listen to what I have to say? No. They didn't give a flying fuck. They don't care. Didn't care at all. I saw a great shirt. It said, too ugly for LA, too dumb for New York. It's very true. Northeastern girls, you got to be able to talk. You really do. But like LA and Orlando kind of go a little bit more hand in hand, I think. You don't really need to have any conversational skills, I don't think. You know what I mean? You kind of have to have like the bad guy tone. But I'm telling you, you know what chicks really like, and I don't know that you can teach this. You just kind of have to have it. I'm not even saying I have it. But BDE. Look it up. If you have friends who are females, look it up. I'm telling you. Doesn't matter what height you are. You could be 5'4". Dead serious. Heard girls say it. Yep. BDE. Look it up. Gotta have it. Look it up if you don't know what it is. Yeah. BDE. What is BDE? I think I have told this story. I was bar backing and she was at the club with a friend. I was kicking everybody out and I had to kick her and her friend out. And I did it in a fake British accent. And then she started yelling at me in a fake British accent for kicking her out. And we just had a back and forth for about 10 minutes in fake British accents. Don't look up on your... Yeah, sounds like an STD. No, it's not. I would up betting degenerate effect. Yeah, this is turmeric ginger tea. I've been trying to have a little bit more turmeric because it's an anti-inflammatory. You know what I mean? If you have to look up BD, you have to look up BD. You certainly do not have it. No, yeah, that's true. I don't know if you could teach it. Maybe you can. Maybe you can. All right, I will tell you this. I will tell you this. If you know what, like, you know what it's like. God, I could not imagine being in the dating scene right now. It seems brutal. It seems brutal. You know why it seems so brutal? Like I think honestly, I think like in a place like New York, if you just want to come and just fuck around, I can't imagine a better city. I can't. But if you actually wanted to meet someone seriously and have a relationship, I can't imagine a worse city. Which sounds crazy. You could just plop yourself in fucking New York City, go on these dating apps, and swipe. You can go out with 3 people on the same night, hook up, have sex, whatever you want to do. Nobody really has any time. Nobody has any time. But my God, if you wanted to have a serious relationship, it's brutal out there. You know? It is brutal out there. Also, sometimes the reality is this. You might not, at first, it might not really work out, but you got to warm up to each other. It's kind of like playing quarterback. If you think about it, there's a lot of situations, but you probably give up on a quarterback too soon. And the next thing you know, Sam Darnold's out there winning Super Bowls. Seriously. Because it's like you go on one date, you got one chance to make an impression. Maybe they give you a second date. There's no real like build up. There's no warming up because you could just go back on the apps. You could swipe. You could meet somebody else. You know? It's just like you have so many choices at your fingertips. It's like next. You know what I mean? I just travel to golf tournaments, man. Yeah, that's great. Fuck dating apps ever since I got catfished. Okay. Chewy got catfished one time. He refuses to go back to dating sites. Yeah. Well, you know, this is why I say that everybody should probably be sports bettors, because when something looks too good, it isn't, you know, it's like, oh, I don't know. I don't really have a good example, but you know, like a line's really short. Oh, that must be free. Spread's really short. Money line's short. You get duped. You start to put your guard up a little bit. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people in life it's so easy to get duped. You just believe everything you say. I told you, one of my sales managers back in the day, people only believe what you tell them. You know, people only believe what you tell them. So you just keep somebody tells you what you want to hear. You like that. You're going to fall for it. You got to have your guard up. Absolutely. In my opinion, fake sharp. Yeah, no shit. In my opinion, the way I operate is you are guilty until you're proven innocent. I don't trust any motherfucker. None. I don't even trust half my family. Always have my guard up. Sounds like a double catfish happened. Yep. Yeah. Bro got fished by the MLB. All right, we can move on. We don't have to talk about Chewy getting catfished. We did have some things go down in the MLB yesterday, and I would like to talk about it. The Tampa Bay Rays at home lost to the Toronto Blue Jays, and it was not pretty. It was not pretty. The Toronto Blue Jays came in and just plopped their fucking dong right on the Tampa Bay Fourhead's head. Nick Martinez was throwing T-ball out there. I believe the Toronto Blue Jays, as of today, would make it in the AL wild card. The Baltimore Orioles are half a game back of the Blue Jays because they lost to the Yankees. A successful hate watch for the Orioles was in effect. An unsuccessful win by the Rays was also in effect. I have to remind myself that the Rays are 42-22 at home. It's an unbelievable home record. It's the best home record in baseball, tied with the Milwaukee Brewers. Ratchet baseball team, according to Goots. But I have to remind myself because these past 5 games against divisional opponents certainly doesn't feel like that at all. You know, does not feel like that at all. Coming in and just absolutely taking a shit right on the Rays' face in front of their relatively small home crowd, which we won't talk about their attendance. Anyways, outside of that, what else happened last night? Well, the Cubs won't stop winning. I take that back. I take that back. They won't stop walking it off. Another walk-off? Another walk-off? I'm going to tell you right now. Another walk-off, the Cubs might have that. They might have that look. It might be their year. Any qualms if I take what's the best number on them to win the World Series? What did I finish last night? I haven't had a winning day since August 11th, by the way. I really need to win some bets. Baseball is a very challenging sport for me. Jeff, any advice for when your ex gets engaged? Let me know. You got to move on. Move on. So many fish in the sea. BDE Tatis is back. Yeah, dude, that sucked. That would have been a grand slam, right? Rav versus Jinx. Shout out to them. Yeah, he really did. No, I know. It was more, I know. I'm sorry. You're right. I said this in the show yesterday in the baseball stream, which, by the way, the baseball streams have been fun. I'd call it pretty good reads, pretty bad bets. Good reads, bad bets. I'm coming out of there with 7 plays, 2 and 5. Of course, I didn't take anything Cal Quantrill related because I'm a fucking loser, moron, idiot. Jackson Holiday was stupid. That guy sucks. Who was the other guy I took? Liam Hicks had 1 hit. I needed over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Rough baseball yesterday. Yep, you kept changing your mind on the baseball streams. I did. I know. Cubs. Is Cat Dono for the World Series? But they have that magic. POD Pete was jelking for Cal on the feed. What does that mean? Michael King on the bump today. Pads may fuck. I like Michael King. You already know that. What does jelking mean? No, I'm not rage baiting. Stretching your dick. That's what jelking means? You stretch your dick? Actually, I actually did not know that. Think so? Brewers put up 22 runs. What the hell? I have no idea. The Brewers are absolutely insane. Hold on. Let me just look it up because nobody wants to be serious in here. What is jelking? Hold on. I didn't spell it right. Jelking, it's telling me that it's with a Q. A manual hand exercise that involves repeatedly stroking or stretching the penis from the base of the tip. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. There definitely used to be a time, and if you deny this, you're absolutely lying out of your ass. When you're a young lad, you think to yourself, if you jelk, you're stretching, you could just keep stretching your penis, and then one day you might have a hammer. We've all done it. If you're going to tell me with a straight face you've never sat there and stretched your penis out as long as you can, you're absolutely lying out of your fucking teeth. That's what jelking is? Had no idea. By the way, it's with a Q. Never knew that. I don't know that I like that. Manual hand exercise. People use an OK sign with their thumb to apply firm, steady pressure along lubricated. This is like a real thing. This is on WebMD. No, this isn't new content for intro. Proponents claim the motion pushes blood forward, creates tiny micro tears in the tissue. See? I'm telling you, there's science behind this. They believe the tissue grows larger as these tears heal, similar to how muscles adapt to weightlifting. You guys are all laughing it up and giggling it up. I'm sure if Steak was happy. Grow up. It's a real thing. It's on fucking WebMD. What do you want me to tell you? Oh, well, hold on. Here's the important part. No proof. There is no medical or scientific proof that jelking permanently increases penis size. All right, you're wasting your time. There you go. Yep. Why do you need to be helped? Do you want to know what jelking is or not? Somebody just told me, it fucking said jelking. I'm curious. I'm a curious guy. Yeah, Nerfy Chad makes your D bigger over time if you commit to it. Well, apparently it's saying there's no proof of that. Risk of injury. Doctors warn that the practice can cause pain, skin irritation, and blood clots and scar tissue. So don't do it. Don't do it. It's a bad time for a gain check? No. Am I too loud? Yeah. Yeah. No, well, I don't want to talk too much football because I don't want to hog it for when Steak gets back. We're going to do our Big Ten win totals. We're going to finish those up later today. I think we're going to do it tonight. Money Habit says I'm living proof. Very funny. Anyways, I think I want to put a wager on the Cubs to win the World Series. I got my Blue Jays bet riding high. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, let me tell you a few things that I want to talk about here in the NFL. Then I'm going to get Zach Reger the stream link. Again, looking forward to having him on. We'll get serious for a second. And again, you don't have to. Everybody doesn't have to get all fucking immature. It's okay. You can talk about these things. If you look up jelking, there's an actual explanation and definition of what it is, and people do it. Oh no, very funny. Trying to make up for lack of BLD. There you go. Takes time, but you'll get a quarter inch. There you go. I told you back in the day. I believe I was very gullible growing up. Never really fell for the jelking, But I had a friend who told me, if you do this 1,000 times, your biceps will grow an inch. And I was just walking around the house just doing this. You know, that was probably before my parents got divorced. So they were both asking me, what are you doing? I told them. I was never really obsessed with being fit, but I did. I mean, I worked out, you know, I wanted biceps. I wanted abs. Used to have like kind of a 4-pack, like a 4.5-pack. Wanted calves. Always wanted the calves. Actually, I think Trent complimented me at the picket at the park. Said I had nice calves. I do. I have good calves. I don't even really do any calf exercises. I just walk a lot. Walk a lot for work, run. I don't even work on my legs that much. I really should. I really probably should. Yeah. But I mean, be honest. If you're in, what was I? I was in 6th grade. And I had the 7th and 8th graders. You know, I thought I was cool. Hanging out with them, feeding me some bullshit. Tell me in 6th grade, what was I? 11 years old? Tell me at 11 years old, you wouldn't believe that. You know? It's bicep jelking, belting. Would you say you're a fitness guy? No, not really anymore. I did do a 1.5 miles this morning though. 8:40, 8:47 pace. I'm trying to get that pace down. What I've realized is I want to be ready at any times if I have to find myself in another match with Biev. Or not Biev. I would never play Biev again, but like any type of competition, I can't go out there and dive from stamina like that again. I just can't. So I've been trying to run a little bit faster. Usually I like jog. I'm like a 9:30 guy, but I pushed myself a little bit this morning. It felt good. What was I listening to? I was listening to a lot of Offspring. Can I give you a take for a second? I think the Offspring, I'm not saying they're one of the best bands of all time, but I would put their bangers up against anybody's. Agree or disagree? I mean, Keep 'Em Separated is one of the fucking best songs of all time. Gone Away. Self-Esteem. The Kids Aren't All Right. Pretty Fly for a White Guy. It's kind of like a silly one, but I mean, those are some legitimate tunes. Big Time Rush, Mog's Offspring, sure. What song is terrible? I also really like Bush. Bush was probably one of my favorite rock bands growing up. So they need. All right, sorry, hold on. I have a colleague filling in for 10 a.m., which was absolutely huge, by the way. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to sit here and in your ear yapping about jelking. Keep 'Em Separated was one of my favorite songs of all time. All right, I'm gonna get some water real quick. You didn't get into the 90s grunge. That's too bad. I'm going to get some water real quick, but I do want, before we get Zach Reger on here, we're going to get serious. We're going to talk some football. God, Jesus. Talk some baseball. But I do want to ask you guys something. How do you feel about a couple of these wagers from the hip? AFC East. I don't think there's going to be any lines on Braylon Edwards, but I really like Braylon Edwards rushing touchdowns this year. It's probably just going to be a guy who I bet consistently. There's nothing on the Miami Dolphins that I'm really looking forward to. I don't really want to get cute there. The Patriots, I think I'm just going to totally pass on. I have no issue with Steaks take that he's going to be a Patriots guy. I like DJ Moore. I like DJ Moore a lot. I'm going to take DJ Moore. I've already got the Bobby bailouts. No, you didn't miss anything. We were just bullshitting, talking about traveling during football season, talking about jelking. You didn't really miss anything. Very unserious hour. You know, I'm tired. It's been a long week. Steak will be back tonight. Regularly scheduled program tomorrow. I want to get heavily involved with DJ Moore. So over yards and maybe something else. Lead the league in receiving or something like that, you know, or alt the yards. I don't know. AFC North. Bengals are my Super Bowl team. It's in the newsletter, by the way. You should already know this. It's in the newsletter. Bengals are my Super Bowl team. They're not going to be my only Super Bowl team, but I'm going to take the Bengals to win the division. I know Goots is laughing. Shit wager. I'm not trusting the Ravens year one with Declan Doyle. Nope. Jesse Minter, I'm sure he's going to be a good coach for the Ravens. I'm sure he's going to have that defense looking pretty good, but they are getting older. Lattimore. Come on. Seriously? Lattimore.
I have a question, Jeff. I'm curious.
Go.
What did you say about Mike McDonald and the Seahawks in year one? Preseason.
Mike McDonald in the preseason in year one. What did I say about him?
Last year.
No, I did not fade. That was Steak.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
On tape. I backed out. Dude, you don't remember this? That's okay if you don't. Does anybody in the chat remember this? I was at my parents' house. I had the fucking TV on late night looking for something to watch. I watched the Mina Kimes show. And she had, who's the cornerback? Was it Julian Love? No, it wasn't Julian Love, was it? Who's the cornerback? Hold on. I gotta go look. Was it Julian Love? Yeah, it was Julian fucking Love. It was Julian Love. I thought he was on the Giants for some reason. Notre Dame legend. Julian Love was on the Mina Kimes podcast. No, it wasn't with this one. And he was talking about how this defense is so good. Wari was looking awesome. He was talking about like the camaraderie everyone had. And I said, you know what? Nothing scarier than a team that likes each other. And for that reason, I was out on fading the Seahawks. But also, Goots, that's a horrible comparison. That was year 2 of Mike McDonald.
No,
do you think that's what the Ravens are going to do?
No, the only reason I ask is that when we brought up the Ravens on BTL, I said I was scared for first-year coach. I don't think it's going to, like, go according to plan with all that. Like, I agree with that kind of take. But Krabs puts back on me, and he's like, knew it was good in the NFL, and it's been working. Like Liam Cohen last year made the playoffs with Jags.
Sure.
McDonald, yeah, it was year 2. I was wrong. Sorry about that. But
that's okay.
Like, still early success. So he's pushing back on me that there's a lot of early success going on in the NFL. And he kind of opened my eyes on that a little bit.
You know what? Good take.
Yeah.
Good take from Krabs. Not no bullshit. That is actually a very, very good point. If it were me, I don't know that year 1 head coach is the biggest success. I think like an established head coach with a year 1 offensive coordinator is kind of what I like. That combination a little bit more personally. Yep. But I get that. That's actually not bad at all. That's not a bad take. And then my concern there is this Declan Doyle guy. However, I'm also kind of being hypocritical because new guy, nobody really knows what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
Could be in for a big year.
I mean, he's getting slurred by Joshy in the office because he was a Ben Johnson disciple on the Bears.
Sure.
Sure. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I don't know. I just am I'm treading on water here, trying to not get overly excited with what I'm seeing and all the glaze and all that type of stuff. That's all I'm saying.
Well, would you look? I'm not getting too cute. I'm not gonna put money against the Baltimore Ravens. I have been a Lamar Jackson respecter. Truly, like even though last year I was like, just give Josh Allen a fucking MVP. It's not that big of a deal. I think Lamar Jackson is really, really good. It's a shame that he shits down his leg in the playoffs. I'm not trying to even talk about that. I do think that there is something where a coach has been in a situation for a very long time. We saw it with the Eagles when Andy Reid left. I think they got Peterson, right?
Yep. They won Super Bowl.
Works out. You need a fresh voice. There is a chance it works out. And now that I'm realizing something too, Zach Taylor is the only stable coach in this division. You've got Mike McCarthy, you've got Jesse Minter, you've got Todd Monken.
Yeah, that was a long time coming though. I mean, Harbaugh and Tomlin were there for.
No, I know. I'm just saying now that I'm realizing it, this is the only head coach.
You're right. It's
non-year one
for
head
this
coach.
division having that happen because it's been so solidified for so long, at least with 3 teams. I mean, Zach Taylor hasn't been there as long as Tomlin and Harbaugh was, but he's been there for a while.
I don't like Zach Taylor, and
No,
I don't even know that I like Al Golden, but I do like the Bengals having an improved defense a lot, and I just really think that this is the last year the band goes on tour before they break up.
Yeah.
The band, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and now
you're telling
Chase
me Zach Taylor's going to save his job by winning the
Well,
division.
here's the thing, Goots. I also thought he was going to get fired when he went to the Super Bowl. So like he did get to a Super Bowl. And I think that the Bengals are so talented offensively. It's like David Blatt being the head coach for LeBron James. You know what I mean? That's how good I think Joe Burrow can be. The offensive line, I like that everybody's coming back. I like the Bengals to win the division. I like Ravens to be second. That exact outcome is plus 370. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the Ravens are going to be like below 500 or anything. But outside of that in the division, I really like Dowdle as a running back in Pittsburgh. I'm going to take a shot on Trevor Lawrence for the Jags. I like the Jags. I tweeted this yesterday. I'm not 100% sure I like their defense. I don't really know a lot of guys on there. but I like Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence to take a step forward rather than a step backwards. I'm going to take a shot on Trevor Lawrence to lead the league in passing touchdowns and over passing touchdowns. Kind of what I did with Baker Mayfield with Liam Cohen. I altered his passing touchdowns. I think it was like a plus 500 wager to have 30 plus, and he hit it with ease. Shout out Greg. He took Baker's under passing yards that year. I've decided I'm going to take a step away from the Titans. I love Cam Ward. I'm going to take a step away from the Titans. Salah and Dabble, year one in this regime. I'm going to give it a minute. I think this is a 2-year project, but I like the direction that they're headed. I do. I like that they got him another weapon. The Colts I'm entirely out on. The Texans, I see smart people buying in on. I saw POD Pete. This is his pick this year. I'm going to pump the brakes. I don't know that I'm a CJ Stroud guy. I just don't. As good as this defense is, I don't know that I'm a CJ Stroud guy anymore. Chargers, sure, makes all the sense. Well, I'm not going to say it makes all the sense in the world, but I'll give you the Chargers. I'm not into the Broncos. I've never really been a Sean Payton guy. I'll stand on business there. The Chiefs are the Chiefs. The Raiders could kind of be a sneaky, funner team. I don't even know if that's a word, funner. What am I going to do with them? I have no idea. But I do like they're going to run a 3-4 defense, and I pointed out Nakobe Dean, Quay Walker, who has not been good, but I think he could be better as a Raider. Who was the other fucking guy? Well, obviously Max Crosby. Quay Walker. Oh, Kwity Paye. Like, dude, it's not bad. Oh, yeah, Cam, good point. Not bad. Right, that is. Yeah, exactly. Guy's a fucking guy pisses down his leg in the playoffs. Pisses down his leg. He's got an excuse last year because he had Stidham and not Bo Nix, but he pisses down his leg. NFC East, I'll make this quick. I like the Cowboys. I like Dak. Jake Ferguson, touchdown receptions is one of my plays from the newsletter. The Commanders, I cannot tell you that I am aligned with Jovan and Kim's money on this. I like Jaden. I'm not anti-Dan Quinn. David Blau, year one. I'm going to wait and see. I'm out on Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, under 625 yards, rushing yards. Now, thank you, DC, with flexing that CLV. You've been moving the market. You are sharp. I'm fading the fuck out of you, though, brother. New York Giants, I don't know what to do with these guys. I really don't. I like their core. I don't love the fit, but maybe I should. With Harbaugh and Nagy with these young guys, maybe adults in the room, it'll work out. Eagles, I like Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith. Square, don't care. I just do. Everybody's slurping David Blau. Nobody's slurping Sean Mannion. Nobody likes Mekhi Lemon. I like Lemon. Viking. Oh, you know, I didn't even realize what time it was. Let me take a quick piss break. We're gonna pump the brakes there, and we're gonna get Zach Reger on. I'm gonna send him the link. I don't even know what happened. I forgot what time it was. Let me get the DM over. Quick piss break. We will see you guys in a couple of minutes. Let me get the link to Zach. Shit, I'm going to say sorry. Sorry, was blabbering. Lost track of time. All right, we're going to get Zach up here. Don't go anywhere. We're going to talk some baseball, talk some home runs. If you guys are into home runs. No, I haven't locked it in yet. I'm waiting for you to keep moving the market up. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. Very surprised we did not get an SG from Gooch. I saw it was even requested. Gooch, that's kind of ridiculous that you wouldn't honor there. Let's see, Scambizi, or no, it wasn't. Can we get an SG from Proper Patch? That's all right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to transition an absolute hour of total nonsense of yapping and then some football talk, just how we liked it. I'm going to be joined now by Zach Rager. Again, I'll apologize for pronouncing his last name incorrectly. We are going to talk some ball, specifically home runs. Hold on one second. As I do this, I get a notification from Amazon. Your return packages pick up today. Don't even get me started on my wife returning shit. Anyways, let's bring up Zach. Zach, good to be with you. Thank you very much for making the time. How you doing, dude?
Doing great. Thanks for having me. I
Of
tuned
course.
in the last like half hour and I don't even know what was all discussed. That was fantastic. A little bit of
Was it though?
everything.
Did you already know what jelking was, or was that your first time being introduced to the term?
Dude, I just learned that. I had no idea. I've done it. I'll be honest, but I had no
Everybody's
idea there was
done
a
it.
term.
Thank you
Who
very much.
hasn't?
That's what I'm
Who
saying.
hasn't? You're on a first date. You're like, all right, maybe this is going the right way. Just a little stretch when she's not looking out. Yeah, I didn't know there was a term for that.
I didn't know there was either. Did you hear about my my TGIF frozen dinner when I tried to impress? You did. Oh, that's good.
That was the first thing I tuned into. I saw you were live, hit it, and yeah, that's tough.
That's not good.
Sorry
That's
to
not
hear
good.
that. Yeah.
So what? Just to get more familiar, you've come across my Twitter feed a few months ago, and you've done a really great job. Enjoy your content and your picks. I'm not really even necessarily somebody that judges if you're winning or losing, but it is hard to not recognize that it seems that you're having some success with these home run bets. But what I'm just curious, a little Q&A, get to know you for everybody in the chat too. How long have you been doing this, and is this kind of like your specialty of what you really hone in on?
I've been doing these kinds of pick videos for a couple years now. It wasn't until probably like April when my videos just started randomly getting a little bit more traction of
No
just
shit.
same style, same everything. I was the social media manager for Sports Betting Dime for the last 4 years. So I was kind of doing it with them on their site, a little bit my personal, but since I was posting on social for them, didn't do it as much personally. So now my role there has kind of changed. So I'm started posting more on my personal, kept the same thing going. And then, yeah, just I've seen crazy growth this year, which is just absurd.
That is absurd. It's interesting. Do you think it has a lot to do with, or anything to do with, success in hitting home runs?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a big part.
People love winners.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've noticed the last couple of weeks have been tough because it is baseball, which is already tough. Then you throw in home runs, which makes it even more tough. You're playing a tough game on all Madden, which is not the best recipe sometimes, but it's a peaks and valleys thing. You know, you go, but the last couple weeks weren't the best. And then on Sunday, I hit 3 of my 4 home run bets, and now the engagement is all the way back to what it was. So it's just one of those things. Definitely have to hit the picks, but as long as I can help, like that's why I like actually explaining my picks so people can kind of learn on their own, see what I'm researching, the things I'm looking at. And I think that helps because one of my favorite DMs I got was pretty early on. I forget who it was, but I picked one of the lefties on the Braves to hit a home run because the pitcher that was on the mound just gives it up to lefties. And mine did not hit, but a guy DM me saying that I listened to the video and he picked every other lefty and every other lefty hit. So kind of bittersweet because I lost, but helped this guy win a few home run bets. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, very familiar with that lately. I just called the late afternoon baseball stream I've been doing. Pretty good reads, pretty bad bets. I go 2-5, but I'll have a guy DM me like, "Hey Jeff, thanks for that read on the Giants pitcher. It was this." I was like, "Oh, it's great that you won. I lost my ass." Real quick, we got a raid from Rude Bets, who's also another baseball big home run baseball capper. Thank you for the raid. Party at 124, perfect time, and we're joined by Zach Rager. By the way, is it Rager? Rieger?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Apologies for that.
Oh, that's close. If you say it fast enough, it probably sounded the same.
Yeah, right. So are you as a sports bettor, do you do anything other than home runs? Are you doing sides, totals, pitcher props, anything like that?
When I first got into baseball specifically, it was all like money line spreads, totals. Don't do as much of that anymore. now that the home runs and just player props, I enjoy them a little bit more because
Sure.
baseball, just you get into the bullpens, you don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, I do a lot of strikeout props that have been doing well. I've been dipping my toe back in the Nerfy game. Just always forget how fun those are. So yeah, I like to do a few other things, but the home run bets are definitely the main thing. And with those, the guys that I pick to hit a home run, I'll also do their total bases, their hit runs, RBI, stuff like that, just to kind of help with the bankroll a little bit.
So what I like, that's right, Rude Bet. Sorry, not a capper. My apologies. Sports betting personality. That's true. I don't
Yeah.
want to be called a capper either. Although nobody's given a shit about my sports bets for about 2 years, so I don't have to remind people of that. But with your rising success and you're getting engagement, you're getting followers. Are you finding that you get a lot of trolls as well? Because that's obviously the dark side of social media. But is that coming your way? Because it feels like I feel like I'm an easy guy to hate you. I don't really see how it's easy to hate you because with your videos, you don't really give any like hot takes. You're not saying anything that people can really get enraged by. You're giving your home runs. You're giving really good reasoning and logic. And again, it's like one of those things where you hit 1 or 2 out of the 4, you're kind of making everybody happy. You hit 3 out of the 4, you're making everybody real happy. But I still imagine that people get used to making that money following you. You have a couple days where you don't hit anybody. Do you get a lot of chirps as well?
Oh yeah, and I love it. I'll be honest, I love it. I'll chirp back. I love the meme game as a social media manager.
Sure.
It's fun, yeah, but definitely still there. It's funny whenever it was like kind of earlier on. I was about 10,000, and I said something with like the haters or like quote tweeted someone with something, and yeah, everyone's like, wait, people are hating on this dude, and I was like, wow, okay, I got my defenders too. So
There you go.
I think it's mostly more positive. That's what I want to bring. I like betting should be fun.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we want to win money, but you got to know what you're doing. You are gambling, and let's have some fun. Ride the highs of winning, ride the lows of losing. So that's kind of the community I want to build, and I think I've done pretty good with that.
Yeah. Again, so far you've been doing great, and I guess I've kind of caught you with your the year that you seem to be taking off the most. Did you find it uncomfortable and difficult at first to put yourself on camera? Because I mean, I'm like I like being on live, but recording yourself can be tough. I mean, I'll record myself and do a minute rant. It takes 17 takes because I'll fucking say a word wrong or something and have to start over. But is that something that came pretty naturally to you, or did you have to work on it?
Oh, I had to work on it. Like I said, I was the social media manager for it's 4 years now, and every now and then I'll get like a memory of like the video will cross my desk again from me doing a Pix video 4 years ago, and I look so uncomfortable, and I'm like a little bit chubbier there too, and no facial hair, just yeah. So I'm Zach Rieger with SBD. I like the Blue Jays today. Like it was awful.
Yeah.
It was atrocious. I still mess up some and edit, and even this morning's video, it was like one of the first things I did when I woke up, and I don't think I was fully awake, so I didn't really have to take a ton of takes because just luckily with editing, I can like stop recording and then restart the recording after like each player. But like I would pause. I'm like have to take like a deep breath. I'm like, I am not ready to be talking this actively right now. Like this is early. So yeah, there's still some editing. We're still improving, but yeah, it's not easy as you would think. Live is much more easy. Conversation is much more easy.
Yep.
When you're just talking to yourself, you're like, I can't even explain it.
It's again, it's funny live. No, I mean, I still fuck up and say some stupid things, but I just feel more comfortable. If I'm recording myself doing something, I can't even imagine what my neighbors must think, because after like the 7th try, I'll be like, fuck, you get like a little hot. You got to stand in front of the AC and cool down a little bit. So I'm curious, getting into your actual picks and your logic and how you do things. You don't necessarily need to reveal the secret sauce, but you posted a video today 2 hours ago. You've already got your guys. So my math has that at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. How early? I mean, it's just like you wake up, you get your coffee or whatever, fucking tea, whatever it is, and you get right into the lab, as we like to call it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I do the night before. If I'm not doing anything or I'm just kind of laying in bed scrolling or have something on the TV, I'll look through the starters. I'll kind of maybe get an idea heading into tomorrow morning. just for the fact that I kind of like have a start, so I'm not completely starting from scratch.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty early. I do have a day job, even though it is in the industry. So it's, I gotta get them out as quickly as I can before I have to do all the responsibilities that are fun.
Sure. And so with basically with your breakdown, I also kind of find it interesting that you get right to the point and it feels like you have your things, whether it's like 3 or 4 things that you look for. One of the ones that I really like is with the pitcher being left or right-handed, and you mentioning that pitcher just gave up a home run to whatever the batter is. Or he just gave up 3 home runs to right-handed batters in his last 2 starts. So that's specifically why you're focusing on a right-handed batter. Are these things that you just kind of experimented with till you found what works best since you've been doing this for a couple years? Or do you have like a model or algorithm or what, again, you don't have to reveal the secret sauce, but like, how did you come up with your strategy for home run hitters?
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of trial and error, and I've just noticed the betting splits because that's the hard thing too with baseball, especially. You can really argue it with any sport, but there's just so much stats out there, so much data, so much anything. You can get lost in it.
Sure.
So you want to simplify it, and that was like my biggest tell when I started to see some success with these picks is the righty lefty. If you can find a matchup of a pitcher who struggles with lefties and he's right-handed, and a batter who just crushes right-handed pitching. There's some other things you can look at, but that's normally like my good starting point, just because those splits are so huge.
And do you have a band list?
Joe Waddell, who went yesterday, 455 nuke on my forehead. Just unreal. I knew it would happen too. Like I put a tweet out there. I'm like, Joe Waddell looks good today. But he's banned. I'm not going to do it. Just first at bat. Had the Guardians guy going like this, and I'm just watching, and wasn't the happiest. But further shows that he's just banned. I can't trust him.
That's fair. Yeah, it's kind of a running joke in Book It with Trent's show. I never understand it, but they've been saying the entire season Joe Adele dominates lefties, and
he does.
Yeah. I think there's an inside joke to it that I don't totally understand, but I saw that yesterday, and it was I think it was the furthest home run that I've seen this season. I don't know if that's factual, but it is kind of funny that you just brought up Joe Adele because that's like their guy that has the running joke. And then what about like favorite home run bettors that have treated you well that you kind of always maybe look for? I don't really have a guy that comes to mind personally, but I know like Vladimir Guerrero Jr. a couple of years ago when I checked my picket, he was the most bet player prop for me. I think I took him like 27 times in a season to hit a home run, and he hit 1 time. So I still love him, but he doesn't treat me well. But do you have guys who are like the opposite of the ban list for you?
Yeah, last year, because I just went through all my picks and I was just kind of curious. Mickey Moniak and Brandon Lau were like my 2 dudes last year with this. Unfortunately, the odds have been nerfed sometimes with some of those guys.
Sure.
And Lau has been very hit or miss this year, but he's still a guy that I love. Trying to think who else this year has been really good for me. Freddie Freeman is one of those weird ones where I don't pick him a lot, but I feel like I'm normally pretty aligned. I just picked him a couple days ago and he didn't hit. So that's, water under the bridge. But
Sure.
Freddie Freeman is always there. So yeah, there's definitely some guys that I like.
Are you an actual fan? Like, do you have a favorite team?
I'm a Cardinals fan from St. Louis. Yeah.
So your boy Baez came on the scene nicely, but then is he 0 for 16 since I think I saw?
Yeah, I didn't see yesterday. But yeah, seems pretty accurate, but I can't even be upset. I was out at the bars on Saturday just watching the game. I had a buddy that was in Chicago, big Cubs fan. Somehow we're friends, and he was at the game, and he was sitting like right behind all the friends and family. He's sending me videos. I FaceTimed him. That was unreal. 3 plate appearances, 3 home runs. I don't care what he does for the next couple weeks.
That's kind of how I feel too. I see tweets getting slandered 0 and 16 cents. I'm like, come on, 3 for 19. I just retweeted yesterday. I was like, still a pretty good start to your career. So I'm not writing the guy off yet. For whatever reason, for the Cardinals, my guy that I had a soft spot for in the last like 2 years was Mason Wynn. I don't even know if he's still on the
Okay.
team, but
Yeah, he is.
I watched them one game and I was like, this guy just looks kind of scrappy. He looks like I don't know if he's been kind of underperforming or a little bit of a disappointment,
His
but
bats got a lot. Yeah, his bat is not very good, but I mean, at shortstop, his glove is fantastic. So they tried throwing him at the cleanup earlier this year, which we were all like, all of us Cardinals fans were like, "What are you doing? What is this decision to put him there?" They moved him down to like that 6-7 spot, and he's been a little bit better, coming up with some hits when he needs to. And I think he just homered a couple days ago, a few days ago, yesterday maybe. I think he did something. I didn't bet him, but
well, I like to hear that as long as he's not getting. I'm known for mushing lately, unfortunately, which I'm well past my prime.
I've
But
been there.
yeah, I took Spencer Torkelson over home runs a year or two ago, and he got sent down to AAA.
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah, so it wasn't good. Dalton Varsho, I think I took him last year. Blue Jays end up trading him, so it's like when I'm on a guy, they end up going the opposite way of where I want him to be. But nevertheless, Brandon Lau is a dude. I'm a Rays fan, so I got a soft spot for Brandon Lau, and it's unfortunate to see him doing so well in Pittsburgh because the Rays could use
he was
a
so
bat.
great last year, and the
Yeah,
books never adjusted. His odds were always so good.
it's crazy because he's a really frustrating player. He doesn't look tough or intimidating. So when he
No.
goes through his slumps, he's very easy to get frustrated with, but he's also just such a great hitter and so pure at the plate. But you've got him today, plus 425. I'm looking at your bets. So you've got Brandon Lau, Griffin Conine, which is a fun one, and Andy Pages. So I like this because it's not, and again, I don't know if you do this intentionally, but that's kind of where I'm going with your bets or with the guys you pick. You don't have like the quote unquote chalk guys. Like you don't have
Oh
the
yeah,
most obvious dudes. Griffin Conine is a fun player to bet to hit home run, and I'm looking at plus 350, and it seems like a pretty respectable number. So what if you don't mind? I mean, obviously I could just watch your video, but what do you like about each of these guys today?
I mean, as we were kind of talking, it's a lot of the righty lefty splits. A lot of them have been hot. I know Pajes especially. It's Kyle Freeland on the mound, gives up a ton of home runs, especially to righties. And Pajes crushes lefties. Conine, I mean, it's Aaron Nola. He's got a 2.1 home run per nine. Similar thing, lefties at Citizens Bank, which is the top lefty home run park. Lau Job, this one's a little interesting just because he hasn't started a whole lot, but lefties are slugging 600 against him, and Lau's been good against righties, good in the day, good at home. Haven't bet him in a while, missing out on him a little bit. So I like those three. But yeah, I always want to find value. That's the most frustrating part, especially this year with the home run bets, is that the odds have just been torched. Last year, it was
Yeah.
really only like Shohei you would get like under plus 300. Now it's like any good hitter in a good matchup, and they'll be like plus 250. And I'm like, you're still betting on a guy to hit a home run, which I feel like home runs become so popular because it is a fun bet
Right.
that people forget. You are betting on one guy who's got 3, maybe 4 at bats, might get walked to hit a home run, which is not easy to do. So it's one of those things you got to find value. And yeah, I just like my list of like 3 to 5 guys, depending on the slate. I'm not a huge fan of all the people that have all the lists. That it's just like 20 people,
Yeah.
and there's some value with the list. You can kind of see, they look pretty good today, but all the victory lapping when you probably didn't even bet the guy. That's not my thing. I like to give my picks. These are what I bet. Tail if you want. Hopefully we can win.
Yeah, I like that. The thing with the home runs is you can pick 2 or 3 guys that you like in each game. When there's a 12 game slate, obviously that adds up. You're looking at like 30 plus people. And the Vic lapping of saying you had like the guy to hit a home run is kind of frustrating. So I like the shorter lists that you do. And then I'm just curious in terms of like Phil Zutley, who's a really, really sharp dude, says Nola gives up the most home runs in the league. When it comes to any sort of particular baseball analytic or metric going with whether it's the pitcher or the batter, out of all these things, hard hit rate, launch angle, WOBA, slugging, I don't really know what any of them mean, to be honest with you, but I respect them. What is there one that you do look for before anything, or that you value the most when it comes to
Yeah.
a hitter?
Yeah. What was that one you tweeted about? XBOYF, something like that. That's a pretty
Expected nuts
decent
on your
guy.
forehead.
Oh, nuts. I said balls. Yeah. Same
Yeah,
thing.
people like that one.
Yeah, I was trying. That was good. That made me laugh.
Thank you.
Yeah. When it comes to the batters, I always look at the exit velocity and hard hit rate just because it shows that those are like the two big ones that I put pretty equally. I like them when they're both good just because it shows they're hitting the ball hard. They hit the ball hard, 50% of the time, which is pretty good. So those are the two for the batters. I really look at pitchers. Like that's how I start my process every day or every night. Because that, like, you can look at the batters. The batters obviously very important. They're the ones that have to hit the home run. But I've just found like start with the pitcher. If the pitcher hasn't given up a home run in 5, 10 starts, it's baseball. It could happen. He could give up a home run. But I've just found it to be much more successful. Start with the pitcher, narrow down your list of these are the pitchers I want to target today, and then start looking at the batters.
That's very good advice. And
Thank
something
you.
something I don't think I've ever really considered when I look at a guy to hit a home run. I mean, obviously, I'll look at him against the pitcher, but not looking at
Right.
pitcher giving out home runs. And now I just clicked on Taj Bradley. I'm on RotoWire looking at just some of the slates today, and Taj has a soft special place in my heart from being a Rays fan. But I looked at a stretch, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4 games in a row. He allowed 1, 2, 1, 1 in those games for home runs, and then he went 3 straight without anyone. But like yesterday, or not yesterday, sorry, his last start against the Phillies, he allowed 2 home runs. So it's not like, again, he had 3 games where he went without anything, but I'm just curious. If you start with the pitchers, which I like this, and you see a guy like Taj Bradley who just gave up 2, does that come up on your radar at all in terms of like just the last start? Is 2 a high number? Is it a low number? Is that anything that kind of gets you going, or is that a pass?
No, a little bit. I mean, it's baseball. Recent form is so important for
Sure.
pitchers and batters because it's such a long season. I don't like to see like the last couple because you will run into pitchers that year long they have a low home run per 9. Normally wouldn't target, but if they've given up 3, 4 home runs over their last 2, 3 starts, then it's like, oh, okay, let's see. Let's look a little bit more into this and see what we can do.
Yeah. All right. I like that line of thinking. The other thing that you mentioned, or maybe you didn't mention it, but it's something that's my co-host Steak and I were doing. We were betting guys to hit home runs for a while. We had some pretty good success, and so did some of our followers with this. Guys going back to back. And we found that home run hitters, you never think, oh, they just hit one, they're not going to hit one again. But then if you don't look at the stats, if you're just on Twitter, how many times do you see fucking Underdog or somebody tweet, second straight game for a home run for Alec Boehm or something? I'm like, shit. And it makes so much sense. Like the guy saw the ball well. You're seeing beach balls, whatever you want to call it. Is that anything? I mean, I'm assuming it's not going to be, but like, is it anything you would used to stay away from? If a guy hit a home run, you wouldn't do it again, or you have no problem with that?
It's so funny that like that is the thing that pisses people off the most, probably in my videos, even though my comment section luckily is pretty positive. Like I picked Co9 today. He went yesterday.
I love it.
They get so pissed when you pick someone that goes back to back and they're like, oh, that's not gonna hit.
Yep.
Which is just crazy because their home run form's good, they're seeing the ball well. They're like it's a streaky sport. So yeah, one home run is no problem to me. Now, I don't know if just that line of thinking has just been in my head and corrupted me a little bit. Since I have a shorter list, if I have like 2 or 3 guys that went back to back, then I'm like, whoa, hold up, let's think about this.
Sure, yeah.
And then it's also the guys. So the one home run, like they homered yesterday, I have no problem with. Now, if they've homered like 2, 3 days in a row,
fair.
That's where I have the issue with. And I probably shouldn't because like I've missed out on so many like Munetaka Murakami months ago when he hit like 6 in a row.
Yeah.
Torkelson hit like 6 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I should bet these guys, but I just get a little worried. I've got that like mush mindset a little bit. I'm like, I'm going to just end this. It's going to be me. It's going to be my fault. So that's the one I'm still working on. But yeah, if they just homered yesterday, that's not a problem to me.
Okay. I like to hear that. And I agree. It's one thing if a guy hits one day and you go to the next day. If they hit 3 games in a row, I too am almost like that's a hard no because I don't see that very often. 4 straight games of the home run. Also, I think did PCA just go back to back? I mean, he's a fucking freak, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
That- that-
I'm not going to comment on him because I'm a Cardinals fan. But
Oh, yeah, right.
He's been okay this year.
Yeah. Nice of Trent. Trent says he's all over Pajes. He's gonna be accused of copyright. Trent is tailing you with Pajes. So we like
All
to hear
right.
that. I'm gonna tail you with Conine. Before I get you out of here, Zach, thanks again for making the time and coming on.
Absolutely.
I got 2 questions for you, not so baseball related, but just like sports related, and in terms of maybe outside of baseball, what you might like and not like. But your pinned tweet, it has to do with Lee Corso and college football. Are you a college football fan?
I am. Yeah.
And who's your team?
That's a great question. I went to a smaller D1 FCS school a couple hours south of St. Louis, so never really had that diehard fandom. I kind of grew up a little bit of a Mizzou fan, but like high school, college, that kind of faded a little bit. So I've got teams I like, teams I don't. Like my hatred for Kansas still stands, even though I'm not even that big of a Mizzou fan anymore.
Sure.
Like hate is more powerful than love, I guess, in fandom. Trying to figure that out. But yeah, I love college football. I am more of an NFL guy, and I'm
Okay.
a Titans fan.
Okay.
But yeah, I love college football. It's so much fun.
Are you a better, or do you futures anybody to win the championship or NFL, either anything football related? I was just curious if you had any position or takes on teams that you were going to bet against or bet on coming into the season.
Let's see. So I just posted on YouTube my college football futures. I'm going to get some NFL stuff. I haven't locked anything in NFL yet, but Louisville is a team I really like in college football.
Steak
I like their
has them
win
winning the
total.
ACC. Yeah.
I like, that little plus 850 sprinkle for the ACC. You just need Miami to mess up, drop a game they shouldn't, because I love Louisville's schedule.
Sure.
I live in Nashville now. I'm going to the Louisville Ole Miss week 1 game. I will be hammering Ole Miss. Was it 6.5 or not Ole Miss? Louisville plus 6.5 right now.
Yep.
I think the spread is. I'll be all over that. Georgia is my national championship pick. I just think it's Kirby Smart. They're giving us too good of odds for a team that's that good. Their schedule's not bad. I had their schedule up here at some point. Yeah, like they avoid a bunch of teams. Here we go. Let me see. Schedule. Yeah, avoid Texas, avoid LSU. At Ole Miss is their toughest game, but I think that is very winnable. They have Oklahoma at home. That's another tough one, but their schedule's right there, and they just got to make it to the dance. So those are my 2 big ones for college football, NFL. I think I'm going to stay away from betting the Titans. I've bet their win total the last 2 years, and I really believe in them. I think they're moving in the right direction. I love that we have Saleh and Dayball now. But yeah, I mean, if I can get sold on Brian Callahan.
No,
I'm a little worried. Will Levis and Brian Callahan, I was sipping the Kool-Aid on that, all the preseason hype.
Yeah, well, it's probably a good thing you didn't follow me a couple years ago. I make a lot of shit wagers, but my largest win total was fading the Titans with Will Levis and Brian Callahan, mostly because of Will Levis. I was just not buying into what I saw in Kentucky, but I gave it all back with Cam Ward because I had him for offensive rookie of the year. Don't even ask me what the number was. It was so disgusting. I think it was like 4-1. I took over his passing yards, which he had a chance to hit in the last game, and I think he got hurt or something.
Yeah, he got hurt first drive.
God, sucked. God.
Yeah.
That was brutal. But this year, I love the staff. I like the direction they're going. Maybe that's telling that you're going to, I always say bend, don't break, that you're going to now stay off them. This is probably going to mean that they're going to go over.
Yeah, that's the strategy I'm going for as a fan. Like, because I trust Cam Ward. They're starting to build around him. I try not to bet on my favorite teams a whole lot just because I'm already invested. But obviously the last couple of years, I just told you that I have. So, I'm still human.
So And then I'm with you on Georgia. I kind of like a pissed off Kirby Smart. I was talking about Gunnar Stockton, maybe Heisman 20-1. I don't even know that he's all that talented, but I think he's a gamer, and I think he's a dude that
I
can
agree.
win. And I know I always talk about Jaden Daniels went 8-4 and won the Heisman, but I do think you need to win games to get in a favorable position with the voters. So I think if he plays well and Georgia has a chip on their shoulder and runs through that schedule, he'll be right up there. I do, because Snowman is a fan favorite in the community and he's a big Indiana guy. He wants to ask your thoughts on Indiana. He is an IU alum, and he's the total opposite of not betting on his favorite team. However, he's been rewarded every way, shape, or form because Indiana just won the championship, obviously. But what do you think about their chances of running it back?
Yeah, congrats. I don't know how I feel about them running it back. I think they're going to be very good, very competitive.
Okay, so you're not down on them.
I'm not down on them. I don't know if they'll go back to back. I'm curious about Hoover, how he does. But I mean, they're returning. They just got the one guy back on their defense. They're going to be good. But I mean, Ohio State, Oregon, they're they're top of the conference, I think, this year. But Indiana's going to be right there.
Yeah, cool. Last question in your profile: are you a Magic fan?
Yeah,
that's awesome. Snake and I are from Orlando.
Unfortunately.
That's so random. What got you to become a Magic fan?
I'm a loyal fan, and yeah, I first started getting into the NBA like 4th, 5th grade. That was when they had Dwight Howard, JJ Redick,
wow.
Jameer Nelson. Loved those guys, and I just started watching, and I liked them. I enjoyed them. Then my family went on a trip to Disney World that summer, and I got an Orlando Magic t-shirt. I saw all the basketball jerseys just walking around, and I was like, all right, this is my team. And it was fun for a few years at that point. But yeah, now it's been kind of tough.
It is hilarious to think about that you were in 4th or 5th grade going to Disney with your family during that run when I was standing on top of a bar screaming at Brian Scalabrine that he won't like me when I'm angry. And we were dumping buckets of ice on each other, Magic fans, whenever we beat the Celtics and the Cavs that year in the playoffs. It was a fun team. And you might have been too young to remember this, but Jameer Nelson was an all-star that year, and he hurt his shoulder. So Rafer Alston had come in, and then Jameer came back, and it kind of threw everything off. Do you remember the Courtney Lee inbound play in Game 1 against the Lakers? Do you remember that at all?
Not a whole lot.
That's okay.
I remember watching, but I was still at that young age where I wasn't quite getting it all. So I remember watching the exact plays. I'm failing a little bit, but Jameer Nelson was my first Magic jersey. He was my favorite player. I was cool. Yeah, I was point guard for my 5th grade team. Loved him.
That's awesome. Zach, dude, thanks a lot for coming on.
Absolutely.
Keep up the great work. I shared the link and pinned it in Twitch. So if anybody wants to be sure to give him a follow. And then if you tail, obviously you do so at your own discretion. Do so responsibly. Like I said, I'm going to be on Conine with you. I like that look. Plus, I've been on the fish the last 2 nights. I went 1-1 with the spread, and then didn't have him. Had him to win the game last night. So good luck, man. Thank you very much.
You as well.
We'll talk more during the football season.
Absolutely. This was fun.
All right. See you, man. W's for Zach in the chat. Really appreciate him making the time and coming on. Great guest. W Zach. Thank you, Jamie Lau. Look at you. You're usually always a little fuckhead, but you've got you've got some manners today. Yeah, seems like a good dude. Oh, I should have asked his thoughts on Paulo, Cam. My bad. I missed that comment. Very funny rebuttal, Snowman, by the way. I don't know if rebuttal is the right word, but sounds like he's down on him because he's not picking to win now was what made me laugh. Jameer Nelson, Delonte West, St. Joe's legends. I did forget that Delonte West went to St. Joe's. Did I tell you guys the story of when I met Delonte West and I bought him, LeBron James, and Anderson Varejao I paid for their pizza? Did I tell you that story? I think I did a long, long time ago. Yeah, Zach's great. I mean, again, it's my first time kind of meeting him and shooting the shit. Nice kid. I said kid because now I think I should have asked how old he is, but I feel like he might be fucking, 15 years younger than me. Shit. What Zach Twitch link? I don't know that Zach has a Twitch, but I did share his profile. I'll do it again to make sure to give him a follow. And again, he does good stuff. You paid for a meal or LeBron's? Yeah. No, I did. I was in line to get pizza. Delonte West is behind me. And I was like, hey, let me get your pizza. I was paying ahead of him. I was like, let me get it. He's like, no, man, you don't really have to do it. I was like, come on. How many times, how many people could say they paid for an NBA player's pizza, like, doing a nice thing. But you guys can laugh all you want. You know what Delonte West did? He left me tickets, 2 tickets, which I took stake to, 2 tickets to the Magic Cavs game. I mean, we were in like the corner, lower bowl, like 18 rows up. I remember it vividly. It was fucking awesome. I want to say it was like around Thanksgiving time. He was super fucking nice. You know who wasn't nice? LeBron, dick, douche, doesn't matter. I have no ill will towards LeBron from this moment, I promise you. But we walked outside. He was super nice. He had his pizza. LeBron and Anderson were across the street. And I was like, hey. I was like, oh, can I go across the street and say hi? And LeBron was like, and they kept walking. Now, listen, he's a mega superstar. I'm not one of those guys. I don't need to get up in and ask for autographs and whatever. But I mean, I'm drunk. I'm cheery. Delonte West was cool. But LeBron was like, and kept walking. So I was like, all right, fuck you, loser. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Yeah, he probably thought I was coked up. Maybe LeBron was pissed because you were breaking bread with a dude who fucked his mom. Probably. Yeah. Are there any conspiracies about that, by the way, now that I think about it? Delonte West fucked LeBron's mom and then he gets all crazy into drugs and shit. Is there anything? What's his agent's name? What's his agent's name? Rich Paul. Rich Paul might be onto something. Yep. Sonny Dutchie fuck LeBron. He killed. What? That's crazy. No, that's a crazy conspiracy. Everybody form a line behind Jeff Sunday. Probably just one of those things where he was getting a bunch. Yeah. I like I said, I don't give any celebrity shit for being a dick to fans anymore. I used to. I don't. That's got to get old. That's got to get obnoxious. Also, when you see these videos of these grown men and the way they're acting to get fucking autographs on cards, bringing binders of cards. Oh my God. You know what I would do if I was a fucking spring what am I saying? Not spring training. Off-season practices, the OTAs, and you got these fucking grown men fighting with kids for autographs. I'd walk up and I'd tell them you're a fucking loser. You're a loser. I would sign the kids. I'd sign the kid's forehead and everything before I'd sign those fucking the grown men's binders of cards. Dorks with binders. Yeah, exactly. I was at Cosmo in Vegas going up in the elevator when it stopped. Jimmy Butler gets in with 2 absolute dimes. I was shocked. You're shocked Jimmy Butler had 2 absolute dimes? Bro, I bet Jimmy Butler fucking crushes it. I remember, I think it was Greg or somebody told me when Joakim Noah was at UF and they were going to Gainesville. They saw Joakim Noah out to dinner in college. And he said it was like the most beautiful girl he's ever seen in his life. I mean, imagine these guys can just do whatever they want. I don't understand. It's commendable that they can have fucking families and be married. That's why it's crazy when you see these young celebrities and athletes get married at like 22. It's like, that's crazy. Even Paul Skeens and Livy Dunn. You want to make a fucking bet right now that shit ain't lasting? It ain't lasting. It ain't lasting. Chicks love tall, rich guys. Yeah. On crushes fresh off his ACL. Good for him. Good for him. We all remember Rachel Nichols in the bubble. That's right. Ursan Ilyasova. I'm telling you right, man. Everybody is fucking. Everybody is fucking. If you don't think everybody's fucking, you are so naive. It is absolutely insane. Saw MJ at a golf course in Haines City, Florida once. Yeah. I'm sure LeBron's out there fucking, dude. Everybody's fucking. But he seems like a good guy. I've always said this. But LeBron, nice guy. Dorky as shit. Cornball. It doesn't matter. Nice guy. And seems like a great dad. That's all I care about. Good for him. I saw Draymond Green in a liquor store before a game one time. About Yes Jules. I don't know who that is. Speaking of Paul Skeens, don't be afraid to unload on him today. Yeah. The only lock in sports betting is Drew Lock. Who the fuck? What? That's a command for Nightbot? That's absolutely insane. By the way, in all seriousness, I am taking what Zach said with Griffin Conine. I'm going to be telling that. Book It with Trent's comment was absolutely hilarious, by the way, saying that he was all over potheads and now he's going to get accused of copywriting. I love that. Flew from Phoenix on Vegas to Southwest with Adoree Jackson. No shit. I got in the tram. I flew from Minneapolis to, I was a young kid, to Orlando. I had Dante Culpepper. I was with Dante Culpepper. He was very nice. Dante Culpepper was very nice. Who was the coolest celebrity that I met? I walked right by Tiger Woods one time. He's a fucking dickhead. He's a dick. Tony Romo came in the bar one time. He was fine. You know who's really cool? Edgerrin James. Edgerrin James is really fucking cool. Really cool. Oh, you know who's one of the nicest guys I think I ever met? one of the nicest guys, CC Sabathia. CC Sabathia. I don't know if I've ever told you this story. Not that it's a really long story, but I was working the door. I don't even think I was a manager at the time of the club. And this guy comes up, not CC, another guy. He was like, hey, man, we had a line. I was a pretty good doorman. We had a line. It was a miserable job. But you have the line. You got the line of, the fucking average Joes. And then you get people who spend some money, maybe have a little status, and they slip me 20, 40 bucks and they cut the line. Good looking girls cut the line, just like the movies, literally just like the movies. Well, all of a sudden this guy comes up, not CC. He's like, hey man, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, any way we could, get inside? I was like, well, yeah, you can wait in line. He was like, all right. I was just checking. And then right before I was about to stop talking to him, CC Sabathia walks up. It was just this big old smile on his face. Big motherfucker. Do you guys have any idea how big CC Sabathia is? He's fucking huge. And I was like, oh. He's like, and then the guy, I don't know if CC can he speak English? I don't know if he can speak English or not. But he's just standing there smiling. And then the other guy was like, oh, yeah, I was just seeing if me and my buddy could come in and check it out. The place looks good. I was like, fuck yeah, you could come in and check it out. I thought that was so nice. They didn't come up there, waltz up there and bitch you with a fucking, do you know who I am? Whatever. What do you mean what? He can't? Well, the reason I ask is because I didn't know if the guy was a translator. He's American? I thought he was like Dominican or something. You sure about that? It's not that insane. Listen to what I'm saying. I thought the guy was his translator. You don't need to clip that. Hold on. He didn't say a word. He was just nice as shit. He just smiled. CC Sabathia is American? Oh, wow. Where the fuck was he born? He's born in California. He's born in California. I don't think it's that crazy to not know that CC Sabathia is American. It's not he's just a black man, dude. He like fucking, is that it? Well, I was way wrong. I legitimately thought the guy doing the talking for him was his translator. I get it, Enzims. You're fucking 8 minutes late. He does Sunday Night Baseball. Well, he could have learned how to speak English. I think he only speaks English. Oh, man. Okay. Listen. Super nice. Fake story. It's not a fake story. I just told you the whole time. I talked to the fucking translator. I thought he was the translator. CC Sabathia just stood there and smiled. I don't know what else to tell you. Why would I make up that story? Why would I make up that story? That's the worst That's the worst fake story of all time. Why would I make up that story? A made-up story would probably go like this. Oh, yeah, CC Sabathia came up. We were fucking boys. He gave me his number, and we hung out after. That's a fake story. And Zims. Yeah, maybe he didn't want to talk to a short white guy. Maybe he was shy. Maybe he was shy. Yeah. He's got a great smile. No, I did not. It was Shohei Translator. That's kind of funny. I got his number, not fake it all. What do you mean, D. Mahoney? Does that sound racist that I just said that? I thought he was Dominican. I don't think that's racist. Somebody's just saying he's just black is hilarious. You sent him photos from the Raider game? Oh, okay. So D. Mahoney. Hold on. So D. Mahoney, you did get his number. Thank you. Thank you. It's not that fucking crazy. Everybody loves to freak out about nothing. Not going to lie, I'm black and I thought CC was Dominican or something. Thank you. They didn't fucking say a word, Enzims. How many more times I got to tell you that? He didn't say a fucking word. He just waltzed up and smiled. I told you what he did. He literally walked up and just went. That's it. Maybe he walked by and say thank you. I talked to his friend and I thought his friend was the translator because why wouldn't CC Sabathia come flex his CC Sabathia nuts? That's even more of a testament to how great of a guy he is. Don't you understand what I'm fucking saying, you small brain nitwit? I'm not saying fucking Americans don't smile. I'm done with you. I'm not even going to time you out. It's not a fake story. If I were to fake a story, I could fake a much better story. I could fake a much better story. I'll fake the shit out of a story. I will fake. Here's a fake story. Me and CC Sabathia went fucking jet skiing off the fucking coast of Guadalajara. Okay? We got chased by killer whales. And I said, oh no, CC, we might get eaten by these killer whales. And he said, hold on. I have a couple baseballs in the seat underneath of the jet ski. Let me take it out and throw a couple fastballs at him. Enzymes. That's a fake story. Working at a fucking club, not letting people in is a fake story. Getting paid $8 an hour is a fake story. Guadalajara has no coast. Oh, God damn it, dude. You guys expect too much from me. Unbelievable. Guadalajara. I don't know if it was $8 an hour. You got to keep in mind, this is in fucking 2009 or 10 or no, 9, 8. Jesus. Must have been earlier than that. I moved to New York in 2013. I worked at a club for 6 years. 2007. One time, how are you a bouncer in a club? I wasn't really a bouncer. I was just a door guy. Yeah, exactly. Who let Jeff Sunday be their door guy? I was a really good door guy. I think. I was a really good door guy. Anyways, I was going to tell you one more story. Oh, Wet and Wild. You want to talk about $8 an hour? I told myself, this is when I quit. I quit working in wireless sales. I quit Verizon. Actually, I kind of got fired. I just moved into an apartment near UCF. I was going out. I was just, oh my God. I didn't take anything seriously. I didn't take school seriously. All I did was fucking drink and party. And I was like, I don't want to go to this fucking job anymore. They were making me come in at 7 o'clock. I know exactly what happened. I didn't hit my quota with ringback tones. You remember ringback tones? Remember ringback tones? You had to hit your fucking quota with ringback tones. I tried. Listen, the way I sell is I let the product sell itself. I fucking hate people that are too salesy. I hate it. It backfires. You know when I bought my mattress? I had one of the best experiences with a mattress salesman ever. You know what he did? He didn't fucking sell me on anything. That's how I operate. But again, you're running around out there like Chewy getting catfished. You guys just goggle fucking anything. Anything anybody tells you, you start to believe. I like less is more. Don't tell me shit I don't care about. You're just there if I have questions. You know what I mean? But oh my God, at Verizon, the manager I had, I'm pretty sure his name was Gil. Fucking Gil. Gil was on my ass about selling these data packages and these ringback tones. I'm like, dude, what do you want me to tell you? A 60-year-old just wants a fucking cell phone that works. They don't want ringback tones. They don't want data packages. So I had to go to this meeting at 7 a.m. And it was like a data training on how to teach you on how to sell people. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to this. So I went out, I got obliterated. I didn't go to the data training, and I showed up for my shift at 10 a.m. and I kind of got fired. If my mom asks, I quit. Kind of got fired from Verizon. Anyways, I was like, oh, you know what? I didn't really have any money, but I didn't really need any money at the time. I said, now is the time. Now is the time. It was corporate Verizon, but I worked at like a kiosk in a Costco or a BJ's or whatever, one of those fucking things. It was brutal. Anyways, I tweeted your picture with Cisse on Twitter. Hilarious. I went to go work at Wet and Wild. I told myself, like, this is a dream job. Being a lifeguard at Wet and Wild. Has anybody ever been to Wet and Wild? Has anybody ever been to a water park? Say aye if you've been to a water park. You got to kind of know. You work for corporate Verizon? Yeah. Honestly, really not that bad of a company. They're just not when you're fucking 19 years old and you're just experiencing the college life. All right. How fucking cool is it to be a lifeguard? Because every time I was in line, you walk up those stairs, you get to the slide, you wait, and the lifeguard is just sitting there, and they just tell you, go, and then you go. And the next person gets up, you wait, you watch them come down, go. That's it. That's all you do. You're not saving anybody's life. Knock on wood. You're not saving everybody's life. You're just sitting there. You got the sun on you. It's nice. You're outside. You're just telling fucking, idiots to go when they can go down the slide. Sounds great. So I go to Wet and Wild. It's like 45 minutes away. And also I had a truck. I had an F-150. And I think at this time, gas was like fucking $5 a gallon. So every mile mattered. So what made them idiots? I don't know, Jamie Lau. Stop asking stupid questions. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I was asking some very highly intelligent, sophisticated scholars to go down a slide. How about that? What was your BDE error? Yeah, absolutely. I really wanted a Lightning. Couldn't get one. I got an F-150. I had the bases. You know what I'm talking about? 2 bases under the seat. Had to get that. I really wanted spinners. My dad wouldn't let me. Anyways, where was I? So I go to apply for the lifeguard job at F-150. At Wet and Wild. Can't wait. Get the application, fill out the application. I took this little test. You have to like literally like just fucking paddle in a pool, go underwater. I don't need to hold my nose. Some people do. It's incredibly dorky. It's fine if you got to do it, whatever. Go underwater. I'm a great swimmer. So I'm like, oh, great. And they offer you the job. It's $5 an hour, like $5.25 an hour. I was like, there's absolutely no way. There's no way. I'm not going to make money. And also it was like part-time you had to start. I'm not going to make any money. $5 an hour? I'm going to go down. I'm going to work for 6 hours, make $30 after taxes. What am I getting? $18? More for gas. More for gas on that. It was very disappointing because at that time, being a lifeguard at Wet and Wild is kind of like your dream job. You know? You get to just look at hot chicks all day. Did you have a pool shirt? No, I never really became a pool shirt guy until a couple of years ago, maybe. No, it's really about avoiding the sunburn. When I was younger, I used to love getting tan. I used to love the sun. Love it. I would get burnt like a motherfucker. Riding spinners, they don't stop. Yeah, I really, really wanted spinners. I came really close to getting them. And again, my dad nixed that. He's like, I promise this is good. He's like, I promise you're going to think this is cool now. You're going to regret it in like 3 months. It's just not going to be cool. I was like, all right, you're probably right. I think I can count on one hand the amount of times I refer to women as chicks. I don't know why. That's probably for the best. Small guys, a lifeguard probably got all the ladies. Can't tell how short you are when you're sitting down. You know? Another swim shirt joke, pretty good. Good concession stand nachos and hot dogs and shit. Yeah. All right. I think that wraps it up. Again, thanks to Zach for coming on. Seems like a good dude. I'm all about good dudes in the space. We need more of them. I don't really have anything top of mind. I do have time today. I've got most of my corp shit handled. Woke up nice and early. 92 sleep score, by the way. Couldn't believe it. Don't know what got into me. Cranked about 2 hours of corp email bullshit. Got another hour or two, so I'm gonna hang out. We've got BTL at 12:30, I believe. Got the Yap after that, 2:00. Also, I don't know if Biev is in here. Did anybody hear Biev talk about Jamal Adams getting hurt for the Vikings? And then he said, I'm not going to argue with you. You don't watch ball. Listen, the last thing I'm going to do is get ball watching shame from a guy who lives in a basement with 6 TVs. You do not get to ball watch shame anybody, Beef. Sorry. Did anybody hear him say that? He was like upset when Jamal Adams got hurt. There is no way anybody with a functioning brain is getting upset about 30-year-old washed-ass Jamal Adams getting hurt. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry. Listen, I ain't no fucking know-it-all. I have horrendous takes. I understand that. But can I get a show of hands, please, to make sure I'm not taking fucking crazy pills? You gotta be a moron. Cam, you're in here. Cam, his money's a ball knower. Phil's, DC, anybody else? Esto. There's no way anybody thought Jamal Adams was going to be a real impactful contributing piece on a defense. There's no way. Yes, dude. Yes. Thank you. And I'm not over here accusing Biev of rage baiting and fucking engagement farting and all this bullshit. No. Can we go back to the days where sometimes people just have shit takes? It's a fucking horrible take. Horrible take. And I commented, I was like, there's no way you thought Jamal Adams was important. Shut up, DJ. I'm not arguing ball. You don't even watch ball. Hardo with a horrendous take. Hardo with a horrendous take. Horrendo. I call that a horrendo take. Horrendous Hardo. You don't even watch ball. That's like that's like people who be like, you can't comment on parenting until you have a kid. Really? You can't say, I can't say you're sitting there staring at your fucking phone while the kid's screaming. I can't be like, hey, because I don't have a kid. No. Jamal Adams. 30-year-old Jamal Adams. Give me a break. Listen, this is the thing. This is what you've got to understand. And everybody says Jeff's so angry. I don't get away with anything. Nothing slips by you guys. Nothing. And maybe I should be honored. I mean, seriously. If I say one thing that isn't accurate, I get shit on from everybody. Snowman had a tweet the other day. He didn't realize the season open up on Wednesday. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing. It's okay. You can't know everything. Snowman is a well-respected elite ball knower. Something got by him. I commented, I'd be fucking crucified if I said that. Fact. People can say all the shit they want. And everything gets by. Nothing gets by. So when somebody has a horrendous dog shit take, I got to make sure it gets amplified a little bit. I can't let that one go. Thinking Jamal Adams was going to contribute was absolutely insane. I honestly, legitimately think, I'm not exaggerating. I am not exaggerating. I think that Patrick Peterson or Darrelle Revis would have had a better chance of making an impact than Jamal Adams. Enough bitching. You said Caleb sucks. Hey. You know who else said that without saying it? Your fucking head coach. I'll bring up the clip if you want me to. We are winning in spite of our passing game. Said by the Ben Johnson. Did that happen? Yes or no? Did that happen? Yes or no? Did that happen? Yes or no? You have one good take, and that's Dennis Schroeder. Fat girls. One good take. Where's the rest of the quote? Where's the rest of the quote? Where's the rest of the quote? Where is it? It's crazy how you're hiding context. This is where we are today as a society. This is where we are. Whatever helps your argument. Fake news is everywhere, running rampant. Where is it? Yep. Listen, I've already told you, I'm going to give Caleb the benefit of the doubt. Fatty is so back. Let's hear the rest of the clip. Hiding context is crazy. Ben Johnson, NBC Sports. Headline. Wow. Headline. Holy shit. Hey, fat girls, can you do me a favor? Did you already run out? Because I'm about to fucking blast you. Did you already run out? Paging Dr. Fat Girls. Oh! Shit. Ben Johnson. We're winning in spite of our passing game, not because of it. And I'm the bad guy? I'm the bad guy. Sure. Come in and drop the fucking R word. The guy who's just calling it like it is. Ben Johnson, we're winning in spite of our passing game. Oh, I forgot about this part. Not because of it. What do you mean crazy takeaway from that? What are you talking about? What do you mean taking away from that? Okay. Classic bait headline. Johnson was asked about Williams' lack of accuracy in a press conference. He acknowledged that it was a blustery day in Philadelphia, but that it is an area that we are certainly talking about. Wow, so was I. We got to fundamentally be correct. The primary receiver, when he's open, we've got to make sure we hit him. Ah! And then All of our pass catchers, we had just harped on it today. We need to be more disciplined in our route detail. It's not where it needs to be. Our depth's not proper all the time. Our steps, everybody has a role to play in the passing game that's cleaned up. It's not where it needs to be. We're winning in spite of our passing game, not because of it. Completion percentage needs to improve. That's no secret. So you're telling me that Caleb Williams has work to do? Because you came in here acting like he's all fucking good and fine. Listen, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Okay? I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I am. I liked what I saw from him towards the end of the season. I did like that. But he's got to get better. Got to get better. A question, what up with the injury list from any NFL team? Jengar, Rodham, I don't know. It's crazy. I'll tell you a few more futures that I like. The Minnesota Vikings coming into this year, I started to think about it a little bit more. What if Kyler Murray is just the Kyler Murray that we all know? You know? I mean, really think about it. What if Kyler Murray is just meh? What if the Vikings start 3-5? I'd like to think the Vikings should be a fun team and a good team. They have really every chance to be. And also, I think they're a little slept on. Maybe not a lot. There's probably people picking them as like the trendy pick, but I think for this division, you've got the Lions being picked to win it, which they should be. They're a very good team with a very easy schedule. And then I think after that, you've probably got more people on the Packers than you do the Vikings. You might even have more people on the Bears than the Vikings. So I think like in the grand scheme of things, people like the Vikings, but when you hone in on the division, I don't know that everybody loves the Vikings to win it or even finish second. I like the Bears. I like the Bears for one reason. Ben Johnson. Outside of that, I don't love the Bears. Sorry, fat girls. But I'm not, I love the city of Chicago. I want what's best for the city of Chicago. I'm not rooting against the Chicago Bears, not at all. The Detroit Lions, of course, going to be a very, very good team. I'll steal Jovan's bitch a little bit. I think Laporta's going to be a fucking rock star this year. I'm not fading Gibbs, but every running back regresses a little bit. It could be his turn. Jameson Williams, I got him on my fantasy team. Not that you guys give a shit, but I like him. The Packers, I'm going to fade the Packers. I'm going to fade the fuck out of the Packers. I'm sick of the Packers bullshit. I love Josh Jacobs. I do. I had him to lead the league in rushing touchdowns last year. He didn't do it. I like him. Love him. Scores touchdown every year. I really do. I'm sick of the fucking Packers. Sick of them. Sick of them. But I'm not even so sick of the Packers as I am of Matt LaFleur. I'm so sick of Matt LaFleur. Great reads, bad bets, hosted by Mr. Baseball. That's the new name of the late afternoon stream. I'll run it again today. I think Steak and I are going to do part 2 of our Big Ten win totals. NFC South, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sleeping on them? Sleeping on them? I know they're the odds-on favorite, but feels like everybody's kind of sleeping on them. I don't hear a lot of people slurping the Bucs. I like the Panthers this year. I don't even really know why. I just do. Actually, that's not true. I know why. I like year 3 of Canales. I think Bryce has a good year. I do. Shocked they didn't get him a tight end though. But I think he has a good year. Defense will be okay. I think the offense can be pretty good. I'm fading the Saints. I'm fading Tyler Shug. Way too much Saints hype. You're all fucked in the head. Fuck the Saints. Falcons, get fucked. Get fucked. Steak thinks they start 1-11. They did get Darren Waller, yeah. Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks, Niners. Cardinals will score two off. Doesn't even have to be offensive. 2 touchdowns in every game. 150-1. Should be minus 150. That's rage bait. I'm joking, obviously. Fucking idiots. I think I have a bet with Crutch that's going to not lose by week 2. Nobody has any faith in it. That's fine. Don't have faith. Get fucked for all I care. I don't even know why I'm still talking. No idea. Nobody's really asked me to hang it up, but I probably should hang it up. I do have some work to do. I'm not really that hungry. That's our bet, and it's week 3. That's right. Week 3. It's going to make it through week 3. Thank you, Malcolm. All right. Steak will be back later tonight. The regularly scheduled program resumes tomorrow. I think that I have given you all I can really. Yeah, I've given you what I can today. I've done what I can. Where can I leave you? What can I leave you off with? I gave you a good dinner to surprise your lady. Chicken franchise, piccata, whatever you call it. I really don't have an idea, but you get it. Double dredge. I'll probably clip that. People can learn something from that. What else? Talked about jelking. Everybody acted like a bunch of fucking 4-year-olds. There's a lot more Chewies in here than we fail to realize. There is. Everybody stretched their dick. Stop acting like you haven't. It's ridiculous. Grow the fuck up. What else? Dak was great. I like Conine. Trent's all over Paez. He's going to get accused of copywriting. Biev thinks Jamal Adams is an impactful player, and the Vikings defense is going to miss him. Absolutely insane take. Insane. But Biev knows ball. I never deny that. He knows ball with football. I'm going to talk baseball later today. I will have the time. I should have the stamina. I might be taking a trip on Labor Day. If the wife wants it, she's going to get it. That's how it works. I got to be fair. She's been working her fucking ass off. Excuse me. I like Trevor Lawrence. Lead the league in touchdown passes. You know, I did bet Justin Herbert to lead the league in touchdown passes last year. I was probably a year early on that. By the way, never forget, shout out to Phil Zutley telling me to not take James Cook to lead the league in rushing touchdowns. And he did. Never forget. Never forget Jameer Nelson. That's right. No NHL futures. Go over the remaining SEC tomorrow. Yep. I think the Jets are going to be pretty scrappy, man. I like the Jets. I do. I like their offense. I don't really. I mean, like part of me likes what they did with getting DeMario Davis for like a leader in the room, but God, he's fucking old. He really is. Who did they draft again? I know they got Sadiq. Who the fuck did they draft again? Oh, David Bailey. Heard great things about Bailey. They got somebody else too. Well, I know they got Kate Klubnik, but they got, who the fuck did they get? Omar Cooper. I think they've been drafting really well. I really do. They got to figure it out, though. Aaron Glenn's got to figure it out. They got to get serious. I like the Jags this year. I'm a little nervous about that defense. I'm going to stay off the Titans. Colts, I have no idea. I like the Bengals. I'm not super out on the Ravens to like fade them, but I'm going to pick the Bengals. I don't know what to do with the Steelers. I have no idea. Like, Rodgers isn't coming back to play football to suck. Bailey and Paul. Oh, my God. Yeah, wow. Yeah, it's great. It's great draft. It's time to start talking football, guys. I'm very excited. I'm going to be putting my futures bets out there. It's really time to crank it up. All the while, still trying to bet some baseball. Again, just a reminder, I did go 2-5 last night. Lost the White Sox. I like Stakes White Sox, man. I really did. Lost 4-3. You can't fade the Cubs. How about the Angels? Faded that fucking moron in TikTok. It was never the first 5 money line for the Mets. Well, actually, no, it was. Tatis robbed that one. It's never the Marlins money line. Foster Griffin over outs was fairly sharp. I don't know. Minus 139 over 17.5. You got 18. Fuck Jackson Holiday. Fuck the Orioles. Liam Hicks bases. It was never. And I didn't bet anything on Cal Quantrill, but I still reminded you that I had a good read on that. Pretty good reads. Pretty bad bets. That's what we got going on late afternoon. Is there day baseball today? Well, I guess it's Wednesday. Dude, probably should have spent more time talking baseball and less time talking fucking jelking. Kind of blame you guys for that. I didn't hear anybody telling me to get serious. I would have absolutely talked ball. I didn't see anybody in here telling me to talk ball. So I don't want to hear it. You guys all are responsible for me not talking about the baseball board. Thank you, Raekwon. I can't do it every day, but I'll give you what I got. We had a couple good stories. The CC Sabathia story was kind of funny. It was hilarious that guy new to the stream thought it was fake. I mean, listen, that like there are times where I think it's ridiculous to get accused of rage baiting for certain things, but like that time, I guess I could understand you must be lying about the story if you didn't know CC Sabathia spoke English. But again, I thought I did a pretty good job of explaining why I would have thought that. I didn't talk to him. He literally just stood there and smiled. He looked like the friendliest guy ever. And he let his friend, maybe it was his agent, I don't know. He let his friend do the talking. And thank you, Freeze came in and said, Freeze said, I'm a black man, and I thought he was Dominican. Thank you. I thought, oh, Dominican baseball player. He's got his translator speaking for him. Fuck is wrong with that? It's not that crazy. It's a good question. What is for lunch today? What is for lunch today? Well, I do have food. I have groceries. But I don't want to go buy more groceries because I'm going out of town Friday. I have really been priding myself on making everything at home and not eating out. I feel better. I got a good 1.5 mile run in, but I also don't necessarily need to be super healthy. Like I could just say, fuck it. You know, oh, you know what? I know what I'm going to get. Snowman motivated me. I'm going to get some sushi. I am going to get some sushi. And nigiri sounds great. I don't really do nigiri for takeout though. I like nigiri at a sushi restaurant personally. You can't go wrong with a turkey wrap. You can't go wrong with an Italian. By the way, I thought what was it? Was it Steak's Diner picture? It was very good. I do agree with him for the most part. I have one edit. It's a great picture. I don't trust anyone who tries to get cute at a diner and orders something besides a plate of eggs, meat, and potatoes. It's like lining up a shotgun 4th and 1. Great tweet. I have one thing I would do differently, but I have no issue because these eggs look great. But scrambled eggs sometimes at a diner can be overcooked with the toast, the hash browns. So I'm good with the sausage patty. I get bacon. I go with the eggs over easy. I like over easy eggs. That's my only adjustment. Over easy eggs, mix it up with the hash browns, mix it up with the bacon, chulola. That's my classic diner order. And I probably get that 90% of the time I go to diners. Every now and then I'll get something, but like very rare. A waffle, pancake, you know what I mean? This is my go-to diner. Get it, and then you mix it all up. I think I've tweeted about it before with a little before and after, and for the most part, people agree. I don't know what's for lunch. I'm gonna go on the hunt for something. BTL starting up soon. I don't know why I'm still talking. You guys have a great day. Thanks as always for tuning into the Book It Sports channel. Get your Beat the Streak plays in. I like Foster Griffin yesterday. I don't know who I'm gonna get today. I'll look at the board. We'll do a stream today, probably about 4:00. All right. Good reads, bad bets. Good luck on all your wagers. And BTL coming up here shortly. So stick around. Just keep the Twitch going. Steak will be back tomorrow. Peace.